uncut, unedited. All right. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. I love being black. Ah, yes, I do. Black History Month, Black History Month. We here, people. All right. All right. I tell you, Black History Month is here. All right. All right. We got some people here. We got some people ain't sleep tonight, huh? This the weekend though. I got callers calling in already. Already. I tell you. All righty. Too blessed to be stressed. Hey, how you doing? Too blessed to be stressed. How you doing? Kena Nicole. What's going on, Kena? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you going? Wishbone. What's wrong with being black? There's nothing wrong with being black. All right. I hear you, caller. Just hold on. Miss Virginia Beasley. Caller, put your phone on mute for me. Thank you. Thanks. You still can hear. Just put your phone on mute. All right. Thank you. All right, Peggy. Peggy, what's up, Peggy? I see you. I see you, Peggy. Call, I need you to put your phone on mute. Brandon, what's going on, Brandon? What's going on, Brandon? I see you. I see you. I see you. Katie Brown, what's up? Katie, what's up? What's up? What's up? Is that Treese Brown, straight from Springfield? Hello, Martin, just checking in. I got a great discussion today talking about single parents. Mika Jeffries. I tell you, this is real. Melody Glenn, what's up, Melody? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? Let me cut my ring off because you know somebody probably called me. All right. All righty. We rolling. We gonna get rolling, people. It's already late, but I got a few people on here. That's okay. I want to give a shout out to my YouTube family. Appreciate you. If you're not on my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube. Martin G. Johnson, One Faith, One Fold. Just check me out. Live, uncut, unedited. Trust me. All right. I tell you, let me put this screen up, people. Look at this screen right here. Mm-mm-mm. How can you say that you are raising your children by yourself and you have a man living with you? Please explain. Explain. We got to tell the truth and shame. Kennard, what's up? Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. We want to talk about the single parents. Now listen, people. I want to hear the truth now. I definitely want to hear the truth. Tell me the truth. Hurt my feelings. What's going on? Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. That's what we're talking about today. We had a lot of great comments. I might scroll down to some of the comments that we had. But hey, caller, where you calling from? Hey, caller. 8643.
Calling from Gary.
Oh, Gary, you jumped in early, huh? Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. You know what we're talking about today, or you just called in and want to be the first?
We're calling. I'm calling about you saying I heard you mention just a few minutes ago about single parents.
Right.
Explain to how the household situation is going.
Okay.
Well, I'm not a single parent. Everything coming on, quite a good, at this moment, looking for, things to get in a better, in a better environment at this moment, I love to talk about how, how other households experience bad parental in one household with kids, Kids should experience, two parents in one household.
Okay. Well, hold it. Before you go anywhere, let me just say this to you. Let me ask you this question. How can you say that you're raising your children by yourself and you have a man living with you? Please explain that to me. How can you say that? I want to, oh man, oh woman, vice versa. How could you? Because I hear a lot of single women. Oh, my brother hung up. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, come on in, people. I need to hear from y'all. I need to hear from you. What's up, Tiffany? I need to hear you. I need to hear y'all. I need to hear you. The truth is they raising them boys, them boyfriends, and them kids. Wow. All right. I was about to message you and see if you were coming on live before midnight. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. All right. I need some callers. 872-297-6389. Again, 872-299-0808. Again, 872-299-0808. Come on, call in, parents. Come on in with y'all bad self. Come on in. All right. I want to hear from you. While I'm waiting on y'all, the guys to call in. Okay, I got a caller. I definitely got a call. I need to go through these messages, some of these messages, and I tell you, I got a caller. Let me hit some of these messages. And let me comment some of these comments. That's what I want, some of these comments. Yes. All right. Hey, caller, where you calling from? You what? I can't hear you, bro.
All right. Hey, caller, where you calling from?
Chicago.
Okay, brother, turn your Facebook down, man.
You what? I can't hear you, bro.
The reason why you can't hear me because you got Facebook playing at the same time while I'm talking. You can't do it. It's gonna give a echo.
I'm from Illinois, man.
Brother, turn your Facebook down.
My Facebook ain't on.
You know, I heard the echoes.
My Facebook is not on.
It's not on. Okay. All right. Okay, I hear echo from somewhere, bro.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can hear echo. Don't you hear echo?
That ain't coming from me.
Okay, brother. Okay, are you watching Facebook?
No, I'm not.
Okay, do you got me on speakerphone?
No, I ain't got you on speakerphone either.
Okay, because I hear echo.
I ain't got you.
Yeah, I hear the echo.
Oh, that's probably coming from your phone.
They can't come from my phone.
That's coming from your phone, man.
Yeah, what you want to talk about, bro? Come on, real quick. I'll give you a minute to talk.
I was talking when y'all was talking about the single parents. My comment is a man could be staying with a woman and still don't take care of the child.
Okay. No. This is why I'm gonna help you out. What I'm trying to say, how could a woman say she's raising her children by herself when she got a man living with her? That's help.
That ain't help if he ain't doing that.
Yeah, well, she ain't single then. Like in a sense.
That don't mean nothing.
Well, it don't mean nothing.
Cause he there, that don't mean nothing. Cause he can be there and still ain't doing nothing.
Okay, but he's there.
That ain't helping. It don't matter. He can be there just to be laying there. Just could be doing what he got to do to her. That don't mean it's benefiting. That don't mean it's benefiting the kids.
Well, so what if she leave and he watching the kids? He helping?
He haven't watching the kids. He ain't got no other choice because she's gone. But if he ain't doing nothing like taking care of the kids, back doing what he got to do, balancing for the kids, that ain't help.
Brother, I hear echo back there, man. For some reason, man, I hear it's just not clear. I hear you talking loud and clear. Yeah. Thank you. I know I ain't no fool. All right. Okay. All right. I got a couple of callers in now, out of town callers. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few minutes to hear the prompts. Please, when you come in, please turn me off speakerphone, turn Facebook off, turn the volume all the way off. You still can watch me talk, but turn the volume down off Facebook. Please do. All right. Okay, caller. Area code 806. Hey, caller, where you calling from?
Calling from Texas, man.
Okay, Texas, my brother. Let me ask you a question. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. How can you say that you're raising your children by yourself and you have a man living with you? Please explain. Or woman, vice versa. So we hear a lot of women say that they're a single mom and they raise their children by themselves. How are you raising your children by yourself and you got a man in your house? So I need you to talk about that, brother.
Okay. First of all, the man being in the house and not raising the kids, that's, if you think about it, it's been that way since the beginning of the time.
Really?
I mean, the man doesn't raise the child. The man's always been out hunting, working, doing things for the household, then he brings it back home. The woman's at home raising the kids. The man don't raise the kids. He comes home, he might be home for a season or two, and he's teaching the kids little traits. The boys, if he has boys, he's teaching them how to be man by doing sort of little things, fishing, hunting, stories, stuff like that. But the man doesn't raise the kids by nature. That's not how it's supposed to go. The woman raises the kids. The woman is the one who's nurturing. She's home. She's taking care of the house while the man is out making a way to provide and bring back to the household woman and kids. Does that make sense?
No, it don't make sense. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, well, let me break it down like this.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm listening to you.
No, only reason why it don't
make no sense. It's a lady on here.
Okay, I know you on there, sister. Just hold on. I'm gonna let you talk. I just want to hear my brother out. I want to give him a chance. I don't want to cut him off. I got you, sister. I'm not gonna hold him long. Brother, what I'm just saying is, you just answer your own question. If the man going out there providing for the household, he still is part of raising the children. He's part of the process. Now, direct the mother, if she's a stay-at-home mom, yeah, she's probably with the children all day, cleaning, cooking, and all that. And you just said the dad might take them fishing or bike riding or whatever, but he's still part of the process. He's there. That's what I'm saying. He's there. And I understand what you're saying, brother, but I'm going to go ahead and let you explain yourself. Go ahead. That's where I was coming from. Go ahead, my brother.
He's active.
Yeah, right.
Okay. What I'm saying is, when you actually being a provider is not raising. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for some men to raise kids. Like, you have, like today, you have men that go work in the oil fields. You have men that go work on the seas, on boats and stuff like that. And they gone for half the year, 180 days, 6 months. They out on the sea or doing something else. Yes, like you say, they are part of the household. Yes, they are part. But are they raising the kids, or are they there just sleeping and being providers for that house? Just because you're there don't mean you're raising them. See, the thing is, we're talking about is raising kids, not being there or providing for it. We're talking about raising.
But what's
a lot of men don't raise their kids.
Brother. Do you hear what you're saying? You got a wife? You married? You live with a woman?
Yes, I do.
You live with a woman?
Yes,
so
I live with a woman.
You don't raise your children, right?
Yes, I raise my kids.
Now, what's the difference from you raising your kids, your children, from what you just said, the statement that you just made over the air? What's the difference?
Okay, the difference is when you there with your kids and you discipline, you should giving them life lessons, you taking them places with you, you doing homework with them, you teaching them right from wrong, teaching them religion if that's what part of that household. bathing, all that kind of stuff. That's raising. That's raising the kid, teaching them morals, values, and how to uphold your last name and how to uphold you and represent the family. That's raising the kid. That's what raising them. When you provide, it doesn't mean you're raising that kid. The mother's raising them. The mother's installing values, morals, respect, religion, all that. While the man has no part in that, he comes home, sleeps, makes love to his woman, maybe make another child, and he's gone again. It's been that way since the beginning. It's always been that way. But I mean, yes, men have progressed. Now we understand it's important, especially black men. We need to be there for our kids. But that's not the natural order of ways that have always been. Men have always been the hunters and the ones to go out and bring back. Men wasn't the ones raising kids. That's all I'm saying. You can still live in that house. A man can still live in that house and still not raise that kid. So still be a part of that household and not be raising that kid. Let me be a provider,
brother. Let me let me say this. So basically, his house that he's paying the rent, the bills, and all that, going out and work. He just coming home, sexing his wife up or his woman up. She cook him, he eat, sleep, and don't have no contact with the children, nothing. Is that what you're saying?
The contact with the kids might be minor, or it's not really beneficial to that kid's life. It's not much of it's certain memories that a kid will have. You're not creating them, should I say? You're not creating memories with that child. The child might have memories of you being there, but you haven't created any memories. You know what I mean?
So,
like,
okay, listen to this. Now, I was once a family man. And in my house, I laid down laws and I paid all the bills. Now, yes, she spent more time with the children. And I spent time with them as well. If they unruly, whatever, I'm going to tell them to sit down. Hey, if you're up too late, you got to go to bed. When they come in, if I'm there, did y'all finish your homework? These are the things that I say. And I understand exactly what you're saying. But the man is active, as the sister say. But I want you to hold on, brother. Let me talk to my sister, 718. Come on, sister. Come on. Come on, my dear sister.
Okay, hey, Martin.
How you doing? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Chicago.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna speak from two standpoints, okay?
Okay,
because
come on.
I was raised with my biological father. I was raised with my biological father in my life and a stepfather. So I was 2 months old. But I am currently a single mother. But the older gentleman just said, I really can't even agree with that 100% because my father have 10 siblings and my grandfather is very old and my father is 74. And my grandmother was his first wife. They had 10 kids together. And all my life, even right up to today, all I hear is the stories my daddy tell about his bond with his father. So them things are very detrimental to children. Like, I don't know why black men mentality has flipped or changed when it comes to raising y'all kids. But if you teach your kids that money is anything, right? Oh, daddy just come in and drop bread down. Daddy just come in and pay the bills and, have his interaction with mom and leave. You know what I'm saying? If you show children that repeatedly, consistently, that's all that's gonna get embedded in their head. That's not a household. That's not a home.
Well,
man.
But hold on.
It's important for a man to be active in their children's life.
Sister, we trying to get to the point now. I don't want to get off the point. The point is, how can you say that you are raising your children by yourself and you have a man living with you? Please explain. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. How could a woman say?
Okay, let me answer that. In my
opinion, no. Answer the question.
In my opinion, it won't even.
No, answer, sister.
I can't see that happening.
But I'm just saying.
I can't see that happening because all the women I know, a man has to be active. You have to be a man naturally. I don't see that's the shit that's going on. I'm sorry, Martin. I'm sorry. That's the stuff that's going on now in modern days. But a lot of 30 and up women, that's not, I don't feel like they're accepting it unless they just desperate. You know, like women, like single mothers have a lot to handle already as far as the kids, the bills, the transportation, everything from life insurance and everything all the way down. So if a man is entering the home, she already know this a stand-up man. She's not even gonna let this man into her home. Now, I'm not saying there's not no women that's out there moving like the question you just asked me. That's definitely what's going on. But
okay, let me stop you in your track, sister.
That's a waste of time.
Sister, I'm asking you a question. I need to ask again. I don't need you to tiptoe around it. Tell me direct. I need to know direct. How can you say that you're raising your children by yourself and you have a man living with you? Please explain. That's what I need to know. That's what I'm searching for answers.
I can't, Martin. I can't explain that. I can't explain.
Why you can't explain it?
I'm not one of the type of women. No, because I have never been in that situation before, so I don't know how to explain that because that's not how I carry myself. So you will probably have to ask the woman that was in them type of
have you ever
before.
been in a situation like that? Have a man ever lived with you?
I'm a single mother right now.
I asked the question. I said, have a man?
Ain't no man never lived with me.
Ain't no man never lived with you. Okay.
No, ain't no man never lived with me that wasn't active in my son's life. No, sir.
Okay. Have a man
I was
ever
raised different.
But hold on.
My son only been around two men.
Okay.
His father and the man that I deal with now, but he's not around at the moment.
Okay. Okay. So, all right.
But that's what I'm saying. Single women move a certain way. Single women move a certain way, especially single mothers who love their kids. So it's like, for that to be going on, you have to question the women that's going through that. I never went through that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's that about. Because from how I was raised, a man shouldn't even be in your presence if he can't conduct and act as if he's a man. And that's interacting with your kids, understanding that your child is a part of the deal. You know, picking them up from school, taking them to probably basketball games. You know, they going out to eat, making their own little bar. That's where I come from. So I don't know nothing about that situation. A type of man like that wouldn't even be in my home, in my household.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question.
They're not the type of man you even bring home for your children.
Okay. Well, why you call in then? Tell me, ask
because
that question.
It was about the single mother household. I want to go. Then your first caller said something. I want to piggyback on it. So it kind of jumped from left to right as I got to listening before I called in. But the initial was the topic of your podcast.
Okay. So you ain't never had a man live with you.
Can I explain something to you?
Go ahead.
No, sir. But that's why I was just going to ask you if I can explain. It's different type of women out here, right? Like men, don't put all women in a glass bottle like that.
Hold on.
It's a lot of single women out here.
First of all,
really don't.
Did you read the question? It didn't say all women. He said, "How can you say that?"
You asked me a general question,
right?
But you said you needed an answer from me.
Right, I need an answer from you.
I couldn't give you that answer. You said like. Right, I can't answer that because I haven't been in them shoes. I haven't been in that situation.
But where did you get the? Okay,
oh my God.
Like
sister, where did you get the part from that I generalize all women? Where did you get that from? I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
That's what I would have done.
You emphasize on me answering. No,
sister.
You emphasize on me answering the question.
Yeah, I
told you I couldn't really answer that question for you.
Okay, but you just said that. Don't put all women. I didn't put all women in generalize all women in the box. I didn't do that. I don't think I did. Now, if I did, I apologize.
No, I didn't finish my thought what I was saying.
All right, come on with it.
I was saying, can I explain something to you? And then when I said that part, you cut me off.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out.
Explain something to you, Martin. When it comes to.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying in general. When it comes to single mothers in general. There are different types of single mothers. You have some mothers that don't date for a long time because they single mothers, they working, they focus, they got to take care of the house, they got to take care of the kids. You have some single mothers who date occasionally, like off and on. You have some single mamas who just date men because they got money so the house could be straight, to be honest with you. But that question that you asked, the question that's actually on the platform, I can't really answer that because it wouldn't be a man. I never had a man set in my household that was not active in my son's life. I answered it.
Okay. Now, I want to explain something too. Now, I understand if you're not married, you really consider single. I understand that. But my point is, if a man living in your house and he's helping you, why, as a woman or a man, you take all the credit? Some women takes all the credit. They never give the man, the live-in boyfriend, the shacking partner, whoever he is, credit. And that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get you, the women, or somebody explain to me. Women are quick to say, I'm a single mother. And I do it all by myself. You didn't do it all by yourself. You had help.
Can I elaborate on that?
You didn't do it by yourself, all by yourself. If you got a man, like the brother said, if you got a man in your house, even if he ain't raising your children, he paying them bills up in there. So you're not doing it by yourself. He's providing a roof over your head. So my point is, I hear a lot of women take credit, single women. Yeah, you single because you're not married, but you're not doing it by yourself. But you're single, but have help, with help. Okay, give you another example. If you got an uncle, if he's your babysitter or your grandmother or your mother or the children's grandmother, they're helping you. They're helping you so you can be able to go to work. They're helping you. When you run short of money or something, you call on your mom, which is the children's grandmom. She wire you some money or PayPal you some money or Cash App or Zelle. You have help. I hear a lot of women always taking credit. Y'all can't take all the credit by yourselves. Even if the father's not in the house and he paying you child support, you still get money. So there is some help. I don't care if it's $25. That's some help. That's my point. I'm trying to get out here, sister. I'm not generalizing all women. I would not dare. Women are different. I know that. All women are not, all men are not the same. And my point is, why keep taking credit when you're not doing it all by yourself? You have help. Your brother, the children's uncle, your father, the children's grandfather. You have help. I hear women coming on here talking about it takes a village. Well, who you think the village is supposed to be? Your parents, your relatives, your neighbors. Some of us leave out of the house, go to work, and you ask the next door neighbor, keep an eye on my house. My children over, my teenagers, let me know if anything go on that's not right. Your neighbor is helping you because he or she is keeping an eye out on your teenagers. They may not necessarily watching them, but they're keeping an eye. So if any strange activity going there, they'll give you a call, your neighbor. So some of single moms do have help. That's what I'm trying to say. They get on there taking credit. I raised my son and I sent him to college and his father wasn't around and, all types of stuff, which may be true, but you had help. You didn't do it all by yourself. Am I making sense, sister? That's all. I'm just trying to see if I'm making sense. I want us to see what I'm trying to say.
Mark, I understand exactly what you're saying. You make a lot of sense. But when it comes down to that child, the mother is the sole provider and responsible for that child.
Yes.
Like that's her priority. That's her. You know what I'm saying? That's all she's living really for. When you're thinking about it, the neighbor count, the granny count, the godmothers, they all count. But in the back of all the relatives and neighbors here, that's still your child. That's why you got so many grandparents now that be like, I raised my kids. Y'all got to raise them. Raise your own kids. That's why you hear so many grandparents saying that quote. You feel me? But I understand what you're saying. It does take a village, and the village is supporting. That's a very good support. You feel me? That's okay. That's what every kid needs.
I got another example too, ma'am. A a teenager having a baby, 14, 15, 16, 17, teenager. Now, she's a single parent, okay? Now, but she got the support of her mother. She got the support of her brothers and sisters. She got the support of her father. So she's not doing it alone.
For that child, that's just her support. That's just her support system.
Right, but they're helping her. They're helping her because listen, that 16-year-old don't have no apartment by herself. Whose apartment she living in? Come on now.
Mama.
Whose apartment she's living in?
The government.
Well, regardless, I understand what you're saying. We ain't gonna go there, man. Well, it's true. I'm trying to.
I mean, that's true too.
Yeah, see, my thing is, sister, I'm trying to get us to see a lot of things. See, because a lot of times, and I hear the sisters, they get on here and they bragging and all that. And just like I said, if you can brag on the good that your son or daughter do, you can take the blame of the bad they do. So you just can't take one part and throw the other part away. It's a whole package. It's a package deal. Children can make you cry, and they can make you laugh.
That's your blood.
Right. Yeah, but I'm saying, but
I look at my son and laugh a lot of times, Mark, because I see a lot of me in him. And I mean good and bad. So I guess that's just how the individual parents, how they are. But I mean, children are a blessing, and it do take a village, Mark. And we all I'm a real single parent. I'm saying that proudly, and I'm gonna say single parent because I take full responsibility for my child. As far as that, I mean, everything y'all say, graduation, shoes, clothes, life insurance policy. Like, I'm a real stand-up parent. But I do have a good support system, too. My son have a great godmother. My mother is still alive, and she get him. He have a great grandfather on his father's side. But when it comes to their household and his well-being and his health and, his future.
So you telling me,
so
you telling me you overlooking the help that you getting. That don't count.
Hell no. I just named my mama, my godmama. Hell no, I ain't say that, Mark. That's my biggest support system. Because, like you said, I won't be able to work and provide for my child the way I do. I won't be able to take him to the skating rink or throw him nice birthday parties. Yeah,
so
I didn't have support of my mother or my godmother.
Let the brother say. Hey, brother, before you say something, I'm gonna let you say something. Let me just say this real. So
Yes,
women should be saying stuff like this: I'm a single parent, but I have a great support system from my brother, my uncle, my mom, and all that. That's the way they should be saying. A lot of times they just take all the credit. Go ahead, my brother. I just want to say that. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to I wanted to commend the sister on what she was saying. That's good. It's not problematic when the woman is a single mother and she says she's a single mother, even though she has a great support system. Yeah, you might be single and you might have a great support system. It becomes problematic when the woman gets all this assistance from other people and then neglects the dad. The dad does, I don't need you. You ain't this. I don't like your new girlfriend. I don't like your mama. So I'm not going to let you see.
What if the daddy just ain't around, period?
Let the brother talk, sister. Then I'll let you answer.
Let me ask you that, sir.
Okay. Let the brother talk. Go ahead, bro. Bro, go ahead.
Yeah, it becomes problematic when you allow the system is like, TANF and all this other EBT and all this other thing to take care of you and your family and not allow for poverty, especially if the father is wanting to be in their kid's life. A father shouldn't have to go to court to be in their kid's life if he wants to. A father shouldn't have to call you and cuss you out about wanting to see his kid. A father shouldn't have to go through your mama and your sister to meet up somewhere because every time y'all get in front of each other, it's some conflict. It's a lot of that going on too. So we can't just blame men. We also got to look into women. And the reason I say women, because like I said, from the beginning of time, the women has always been the ones to have the kid. You know what I mean? Like the woman is with the kid 99% of the time. So with the woman's mind is not stable enough to allow the men, especially these times when there's all kinds of obstacles for a man and a woman that's not together but has a kid. It's all kinds of obstacles and loops for this man
okay,
to
bro.
be in his
Bro, let me
kid's
just say
life.
something. I don't want to, brother. I don't want to get off topic, bro. We're talking about the children. We're really not talking about adults, men, and we don't want to. I understand.
Right.
I understand where you're going. Okay, I understand where you're going right now. But I'm not trying to go into that area right now. I understand where you're going. I understand that about the assistance and everything, and it's all a setup. But my thing is, I'm trying to get the sisters to see you got help. You can't stand up and take all the credit. That's not cool. If you got a support system. But my thing is, if you got a man living with you, what is he there for if he's not able to contribute to what you're trying to build and maintain? That's my thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm trying to figure it out because a lot of women, they have live-in boyfriends. They have live-in shacking parties, as we call them. If you're not married, you shacking. That's what it is. If you're single, which you are single, according to the law, but you have help, you never acknowledge the help that this brother is giving you, or he just laying there and y'all just having fun. He eating up your food, eating up the kids' food, leaving, come and go as he please. Now, if that's the case, I understand. But if that's not the case, I understand. I need another caller, people. 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808. 872-297-6389. Now, my dear sister, back to you. Let's get back to you now. You did want to ask a question, but let me ask you a question. Do you know of a case of what I'm talking about here? A man living with a woman.
Of course. We all do. Mark, we all know of cases like this. We all know of the cases of the men that sleep in the house with their baby mama, but don't take care of their kids at all. Don't even acknowledge them. But that was going to be my next question to the older gentleman. What about the men that's out here that know they got kids and don't want to do nothing for them, but to go take care of another female kid, but don't think about his own? And you don't have to be a bitter woman at all. You could just be, a regular schmegler beggar.
There we go. We flipping the script again. But it is what it is.
I'm not
what you're saying.
trying to flip the script, but he made his comment. He said his thing. And I want to piggyback on that because it is a lot of bitter women out here, and it's a generation of bitter men
too.
Out here.
Bitter men too.
I know it.
Bitter men too.
Bitter men too. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna get on here and tell my life story, but
no.
A lot of times when people facing life situations as far as bringing a challenge to this world, some people change for the better, and some people hide and run away. I don't understand why. I don't know why, but it's important for a man to be a father, however you look at it. Like, however the world trying to shape it, however the comments is right now, I can't see them because I'm on the phone with you, but however the comments are right now in the world, period, it's very important for men to be active in their son's life, regardless if it's on a store walk or whatever it is. It's important. It's very important. But I don't understand the question, Martin. Honestly, I don't.
You don't understand
the question. But you have men out here that do that. So, no, I don't understand the logic behind the question because I have never dealt with that, like I stated before. So I know it go on. Like,
okay, well, let me ask you a question.
Yes, I definitely do.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know how people allow that. I don't know.
Ma'am, have you ever lived with a man?
Mm-hmm. No.
You never lived with a man?
No, I stayed with my mama. No, sir. I stayed with my mama up until the time I got pregnant with my son. I still have one child to this day, 10 years later.
Okay.
I moved out her house, but my baby was 5 months old. I've been a stand-up mother. I've been on my shit, basically, in other words. As a parent, I never had to lean on a man or nothing like that.
It's
What I'm saying?
okay.
When my child's father left and did him, I just stood up. I did what I had to do. I wasn't being bitter. I let him see. I let his family see my son all the time. He just not a father. You see what I'm saying? He just don't have that in him, I guess. But that's why I'm making it. That's why I'm stressing that whether you have the funds or whether you just have the time with no funds, it's important for a father to play a role in their child's life, whether it's a boy or a girl. It's very important.
Okay.
I could put my son on the phone right now, and he'll tell y'all like, my mama don't talk bad about my daddy or nothing like that. I tell my son to pray for his father. I tell him, you know what I'm saying? He going through something, give him a little time. You got to work with him. I plead to my son, even though me and his daddy ain't cool, but I don't do that. He know these kids pay attention. They know what be going on.
Okay.
But it be the parents' deliverance on situations. It be the parents' deliverance. Like if your child seeing you always cursing that man out and calling out his name, that's how you gonna think about him.
Okay.
If you can come to your child and just be like, just relax and chill, then they have a different outlook. So as well as the baby daddies and baby mamas.
Okay.
If they learn how to talk to each
Hold it
other,
right there, sister. Y'all
Y'all
hold it. I got a new caller. I want to hear from this new caller. 9433. Come on, caller. 93. 94.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good.
I have lived with a man before.
No. Okay. No, hold on. Before you get to talking, let's do this. We're gonna do it this way. Okay. I'm gonna ask you the question, then you try to answer best you can. How can you say that you're raising your children by yourself and you have a man living with you? Please explain. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, you're not raising your kids by yourself. You got a man in the house with you. So that man has to be a male role model for your kids. Now, if that man is not no good role model for your kids, you gotta give it on. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go.
Okay.
Can I say something, Martin?
Go ahead, bro.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. I like the woman that allows a man to do that and not have no interaction. Like she said, she has a man that lives with her, but she raising the kids by herself. So the only thing I can think of is she don't want that man to have no interaction with her kids. As long as that man make her feel good, then she like, don't bother my kids. You here for me. You're not here for, I do everything for my kids. All you do is for me. You take care of my needs and don't do nothing with my kids. I'm not saying that's right, but that's the only logical concept I could think of. If that's what she's saying, like I seen the post, and it's just mind-boggling. Like, wow, because like the woman said, how would you allow a man to do that? To live in your house, you got kids. Even if that man is not raising them kids, he's still teaching them kids, either boys or girls, that's how a man's supposed to be. A man's supposed to lay on the couch, watch football, all this.
With him.
Excuse me?
That's the point I'm making.
Even if he is providing there, he's still interacting with them as far as like going out to eat, doing things like that. So that's why I said I haven't been in that situation. Like I don't mentally understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because like she just said, you'll have to question a woman. Like what type of woman would allow that? That's what I'm saying. Like how would that be going on? Unless he said like, oh, you just here with me. Like, but that's so far fetched. But but it go on though. Like Mark, I know a couple cases. It go on.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the baby daddies, even with the children fathers, so it goes on. It just be the mental state of the women that do it, Maybe they after something else. instead of him being a father to his kids.
872-299-0808. 872-299.
Nice topic, Mark.
Huh? What'd you say?
Nice topic.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't
It's a
get nobody.
Nice topic.
I need y'all women to come on here and talk to me. I'm trying to get y'all to talk to me now. Now, if I was telling you,
But because I feel like that question is so far fetched though. Like I just don't.
how is it so far
A
fetched?
woman that do that is what I'm saying.
Listen, you say you know
Because
somebody.
I don't see no real. Yeah, I know people that have been in situations like that. Yes, I have, but that don't mean if they still in them type of situations. That type of stuff go on when you young and you dumb and you don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? That's when them type of situations go on. I don't see that. That's why I'm grown. So that's why I'm saying I don't see that happening. Like in my generation with single mothers, we don't even bring men to the house. Women don't bring men to their house when they single mothers. If they date outside the house. The kids will never see the man. So when I look at the question in my head, it's like, what the fuck is he there for? Like, what is he doing there? Why should he be in the house if you a single mama? He ain't doing nothing. You know, that's how I'm looking at the question. But that type of stuff go on with people that are immature and don't know no better and don't know their value and worth out here. You know, you would have to ask somebody who's on that type of level that question. Maybe, like I said, maybe they into it for the money and he can leave, or maybe it's something else really going on. I don't know.
Okay. I got somebody on the line. I got another caller. I'll give him a few minutes to hit a prompt. And I know who it is. Hey, caller, go ahead. Come on, caller. You should be able to talk now. Caller.
Hey, call.
I'm waiting. Go ahead. Talk, caller. Anonymous.
Oh, hi. How
Hi.
are you?
All right. Let's hear what your spill on
Hi.
this. Your take on this.
Okay, so if there's anything that I say, right, just you know how to go in and make it sound right?
No, I know. I'm listen, you know
okay,
I'm gonna
so-
say something, but go ahead. Go ahead. I gotta
Yeah,
allow you to
yeah.
say your
So,
opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. And then I want to hear you too. So the Census Bureau, it's documented 2021, since 2008, 22% Black American men have been married versus only 9% Black American women. So what's the issue, ladies? Constantly gender bashing our great kings, you queens. So, Martin, when we go all the way back to our history, right?
Right.
450 years ago, right? Those were the greatest. I'm going to try not to get so sensitive. Those were the greatest people that have ever existed till today. They had morals, Martin. They had love. They had passion. They were humble, meek people. That's the biggest thing. And they were family oriented. It's none of this stuff that we're seeing today. Back then, under the slavery, right, in the South, it was always known that you have big families. It's 2023. Even our successful, I don't even want to say successful, right? Even Black marriages, right? You don't see them having all of these kids. You don't. The other thing is the way that these women, they're narcissistic, right? Most of these daddies, they want to be in their children's lives. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Martin, and I'm going to wait for your opinion. If I'm doing too much talking, you cut me off, please. The number one person that puts that little Black boy in front of them police is these females, Martin. They're the ones that do it once they have, and I've said it before, once they have these itty bitty little boys and these little pretty girls, they are the ones that do it. They don't let the dads be in the life because they're narcissistic. They're getting all these benefits, still blaming that white boy. Still blaming, oh, they kicked us, kicked the men. No, they didn't kick the men. You can actually be married. You can be married and live on your Section 8. You can be married. Yes. You see what I'm saying, Martin? It's these females. They put the little Black boy in front of them police first because they neglect the little boy. They kick him out. This is what's going on. The little Black girl, I almost said that word. The moms are not teaching these little itty bitty girls about sex education. That's why I'd be tripped out. Like, why are they talking about taking sex education out? Our kids are the ones birthing all in the highest numbers, because I'm going to have to You hear that general, ain't no such thing as all, for one. Nobody says that. Nobody. That's narcissistic. So if I'm going off topic, just save me. Going back to these little girls. These man, Martin, these females do not talk about sex education. What they do is they perform it. They living in these little small apartments, 2-bedroom houses. Don't think them little kids don't hear and see the men coming in and outside of that home that they live in. And you don't think that they don't hear their mom and they're doing it. It's just the way it is, Martin. So no, it's not the men and it's not the children. So the men want to be in their lives. These females force that black man in front of that white boy in that court system. But remember what I said, that they force those little bitty black boys when they kicking them out, or they send them over there to juvie because they neglected these little black babies. And I got to say this real quick, Martin. And if I'm not making sense, 22% of Black American men are marrying versus only 9% Black female Americans. Now, let's take a look at the numbers, right? There's way more Black females in this America versus Black men. So now we're going to take this. Black men, they face racism. They face the highest unemployment. They face the highest mass incarceration in 2023, but they're still marrying the fastest rate, not the Black woman. So it's not the men's fault. The little mixed kids, right, that these Black women have, right, like with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those little kids are not being put in front of that court system as fast as these little bitty little bitty Black boys. Mm-hmm. So no, it's not the men. It's not the men. It's not. There's too much narcissism. Look, too many of us, right,
Mm-hmm.
have gotten away from of family, of wanting a family. So it's just, and too many do not have a God, a Jesus. They don't have nothing. And I'm talking about the young. I'm not talking about, and these are all, a lot of your people, a lot of your fans, right? A lot of your fans are grandmothers. These are grandmothers that are sitting here talking about boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? No. What's wrong, man? Narcissistic. No. Again, ladies, you queens who are always male bashing, our Black men remember the Black man is also the number one. It's a true story. Number one to getting killed by police, but they're still outnumbering you guys, you females in marriage. Yeah, you could say who this is. Shit, for what? My truth is the truth, Martin. I'm sorry. All of this is documented legally. There is no zodiac sign. No, there's none of that. Yeah, be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed, Martin. The Black man is just goddamn evil. And no, it's not the Black man. It's these females. They put that little Black boy in front of that law first. They do that. If it's not by way of juvie, it's by way of kicking them out. The reason why they start selling drugs is because these bitches, Martin, they force them in front of that court system to that white boy and demanding child support for what? $20, $20, $50 a month, and then you turn around, you put him right back in the prison. He comes out, he's homeless. He comes out, he's going to deal with domestic violence because the B word will let him stay there for a hot minute, and then she'll be, I ain't paying no rent, and puts him right back into the street and then right back into the prison system. It's not the white boy first. It's the B word. It's the bitches, Martin. And now I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about yesterday. And how they be talking, all these little itty bitty boys are all gay and they act feminine because they raised by you. You refuse to let them kids see their dad. And especially, it's no reason that you making all these babies. This is random. A lot of times these brothers don't even want these kids. They don't even know these chicks, Martin. They're coming from the club. Everybody's loaded. You see what I'm saying? But it's our body, our choice. So now the men are forced to have these kids. And again, they put in these itty bitty little boys they put them in the street, and that's why they're facing the law first. And that's why they hate that white boy. Because they man is doing this, Martin. That black man goes and marries 22%. He'll make all them babies with that black woman, but he ain't marrying them. He's marrying every other race. Remember, highest unemployment, highest incarceration, highest of everything that's bad is the black American man. But everybody else accepts him, but the black woman. Mm-hmm.
Hold it right there. Hold it
Yep.
right there. Okay, I got another
Okay.
caller. I'm gonna
sorry,
make
Martin.
no, you good. I'm gonna make I like the numbers that you
I'm
brought.
sorry.
I brought the numbers that you white. Somebody said she white. She's mixed. All right. 4703. You next. Come on, caller. 4703.
Martin, this is a girl.
I know it, but
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Your question is posted. How can you say that you're raising your children by yourself and you have a man living with you? Please explain. That's your question, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you have a lot of women that say that they are raising them. Let me break this down to you. You can have a man living in your house, but he's not a father or mentor material and don't know how to help you raise your child. A lot of women make that mistake. Yes, they can have a man living in the house, but is he a mentor or helping her raise? Because some of these women are raising men that act like boys.
Mm.
So they end up being lonely and not having that male bonding with the children. Now, we know that a lot of men don't really like ready-made families. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some that will take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some that will have another man boy in the house that will not help them. So if they're in there, why are they there and they're not willing to make a family unit together?
Hold it right there. I want you to address something for me. My last caller, just before you call, she was talking. She said something, an amazing stat that I want to address. She said 22% of black men, black American men, get married, opposed to, I think she said 9% women. And the black American men, you know, they're more incarcerated. We know they got the highest unemployment, but they're willing to marry. They're marrying more than the black woman. Why is that? I mean, the sister did. Caller, you still on there? What was that number? What was that correct statistic?
Yeah, you said it right. 22 black man versus 9%, and that's real quick. It's Census Bureau documented 2021. So I cannot make it up. It's illegal to forge it. I'll be quiet.
Okay, I want Dr. Sanders to kind of play with that for a minute. I know we're still on the same subject, but I just
okay. So the question is, what is she's asking? What is her?
No. I was actually.
I'm dealing with the question.
Okay, I know. Okay, what I was asking, according to what she said, you know, black men are most on the unemployed, highest on the unemployment list, mass incarcerated. They're in prison, things like that. But they are willing to get. It's a proven fact, according to the numbers, that they're getting married more than women. That's the point she's saying. So she's saying with all these bad things, high unemployment, mass incarceration, oppression, you know, racism, but men, but men are getting married more than women, black women. So why is that? So is it actually the man's problem? So I like the numbers that she brought out. So my point is, I'm trying to see what I'm trying to go with this, Dr. Sanders, is now, if that's the case, and if that's true, why are the women more so married than the men, you know? But the men, they have a higher rate of getting married than opposed to the women. And I didn't know that. I'm just learning that.
There are some men and let me speak of this with my friend Larry Roberts, who is all over the place with his business. He's taken his trade into Cook County because he knows a lot of men and women that are incarcerated are not going to be able to get good jobs. They won't. Some of them may be denied. But he teaches them a trade to be able to utilize for them to be able to have jobs. There are jobs out there. It's the qualifications that are really, and coming from an HR perspective, a lot of them don't qualify because the position requires you to have a certain level of education. Now, a lot of folks, especially when they're coming out of incarceration, a lot of the men that I know personally, I'm not saying I assume anything because I don't, that end up working in a nursing home. They end up working in there as a cook or they work as a maintenance guy. And then when they finally get their head together and be able to know what it is to adapt to a family, there are some men that don't mind marrying and want to build a family. But on the other hand, you have a whole nother argument. You can throw numbers out there all day long, but numbers are not always that.
This is Census Bureau, Martin. You can't make up Census Bureau, Martin. You cannot make up. This is what's wrong with us, right? It's too much. We don't believe nothing, but all we do is talk. We don't read.
Well,
we don't.
Hold on. Wait,
why would she even say this? How can you sit there and not? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hold up.
Hold on, let her talk.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to go back on mute. I'm going on mute.
I don't do women well. I did not tell you were a liar. I did not say that. I know some people. You can have numbers. Yes, you can. But at the end of the day, it depends on each and every one of an individual man. One thing I don't take from women, I don't take that stuff they do with men. I don't do that. It's a conversation. It's not a fighting here. I'm not going to shoot you because of what you feel or what you know. You know what you know, and that's fine. We got to stop the disrespect. I don't do that to you. I don't even know you. I called to answer the question, Martin. That there are
okay. I don't need you trying to check me, but you said it wrong. Don't
hold it.
People wrong.
Can we say something?
Man, listen. Okay, hold on. We're gonna stop this right here. Let's go back to the question. We're gonna stop it because I can't.
Mark, can I say something about the numbers real quick?
Okay, go ahead, sister. Let the sister talk. Go ahead.
On the lab, but
go ahead. Go ahead, sister.
I want to make a remark to both of the older ladies that got on the phone. I want to make a statement. She said it was 9% black women that married, and 22% of black men that's willingly and ready to marry. I just also want to say that a lot of black women choose the wrong men. That's one too, and a lot of black men that's in these areas with these damaged black women that's killing and that have been through some things pertaining to other black men. And I'm not bashing black men, but on the same accord, women don't want to accept less. Y'all teach us all the time, know your value, know your worth. A black man should know that too. He shouldn't have to go outside his race to marry. Just fix the problem at home, which is your black queen. And then if it's not what you expect or to your expectations, do that. But you see so many black men in today's world, they don't even help their black women. They don't cherish us. They don't love us. Even me, when I have these conversations with my brother and his friends, and I be telling them like, y'all need to stop doing this, y'all need to stop doing that. You need to stop doing this, you need to stop doing that. Okay, but if I did stop doing the wrong things a black woman do to a black man, guess what they do? They run all over us. They slap us right back in the face with what we said we was gonna stop doing. This is why we down their backs like that, because they don't even cherish us. They don't take us serious. But they'll go run to a Mexican, a white woman, and this say, oh, she's so submissive. Oh, she listens. That's because she accepts your bullshit. We don't have to accept your bullshit. We want you to overcome. Overcome your BS. I'm sorry, but we want you to overcome your BS. We don't want to dwell in it and make footsteps around it and testify you to thinking it's okay. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to stroke your ego. We want you to have an ego as a man without me having to stroke it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be this strong black man full of force and the warrior and the king, without me have to tell you all the 100 times of the day, baby, you know you're a king, you shouldn't be acting like that. Oh, I'm a lady, right? Like, I shouldn't have to be doing that
I'll let you say
consistently.
something, bro.
Guy that's in the interracial relationship speak.
It's a
Okay, I'll let.
it's a difference.
Okay,
We all have a different outlook
Okay.
on life
hold it, sis.
pertaining to the community that we in.
Let the
But-
brother. Let the brother say something. 806.
All
Go
right.
ahead. 806. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to just speak to the sister that says that we don't want to be with black women because the other nationalities of women are submissive. That is so not true. Like, a woman is a woman through and through. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But just because a black man is with somebody outside his race doesn't mean he's turning his back on his sisters. Doesn't mean he don't love sisters. He don't respect sisters. Because a real black man understands that his mama, his sisters, his aunties, they black women. That's
not what
I
I'm
hate when
speaking
people
of,
say
though.
that.
She gave us numbers.
Well, let me finish.
No, she gave us
Let me
numbers.
finish.
Let him talk. Go
Okay,
ahead,
well,
brother.
I'm gonna speak on that too.
Let him talk.
I'm gonna speak on that too. Now, that's all I'm saying. Don't think just because somebody dates outside their race, that they're dating somebody because they're some more submissive than black women. That is not the case at all. But anyway, but as far as the numbers, like Martin said, a lot of black men are at the bottom of the totem pole. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of black men last in employment, last in the race. So if a man benefits more for marrying a woman who, like you say, the black woman or whatever you have it, she's higher than the black man as far as work and money, all this education. If a black man marries to that woman, he's gaining. It's not because he doesn't love her or he doesn't want to be. It's because he's knowing the benefit of being married to somebody who's already on top, from him being in the pen, getting out the pen, or just not from his job, and he has to start over again or has to go back and get an education. If a woman is already has that, is the woman wrong for taking that man because he has less than her? And this is the mindset that you with the lady that was just speaking, this is the type of mindset that you're portraying, that the black man has to be equal to you. It's hard for a black man to be equal to a successful black woman.
That's not what I said.
I don't think she was saying that. I don't think she was saying that. What
That's not what I said.
understand what she was saying.
I was making a remark.
Martin,
to the
I'm
numbers
here.
that
I can
she
break it down
gave us.
again.
Hold
They
on,
gave us-
Tiff.
Assume.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
I can
No,
break.
hold
I can
on.
use my
I
own
know.
voice,
Quick.
Martin.
Hold on. Let the sister talk. Tiff.
Okay, but give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let you piggyback up on the numbers, ma'am. Give me 1 second. So the gentleman, I don't play. I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I don't play the male and female thing. I was raised differently. I'm gonna keep saying that. I come up in a 2-parent household. A man and a woman is supposed to be in a household together, whether they black, white, whatever. But this is my thing. The lady said something about some numbers. She gave percentages on the black man marrying outside the race and the black woman.
No, hold
that's
on.
married.
Hold on.
There's
She
a
didn't say
9% and a
outside the race.
22%.
She didn't say outside the race. She said they're marrying 20%. They 22% more than the black woman. The black woman's
22%
now. Right.
more.
So,
right. Okay.
right. She
That's
didn't
what-
say outside the
that's
race
what
on,
she said.
but
So-
marrying. We just saying marrying.
I was giving
Oh.
Marion. I was giving her reason when you just tuned in. I was giving her reasons why a lot of black women are not marrying because they don't want to settle. That's what I was speaking on. And I'm not saying black men is settling. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that individualized on an every day-to-day basis, we want our men to be the men that they're supposed to be, not just what they walking in at this moment. A lot of times, men want you to accept them for them because they stuck in their ways, and you deal with it in their city. You see them, you going to deal with it, you going to move around. That's just how they coming now. And like a lot of more other men, they might be able to change and make a few differences in themselves to obtain their woman image or just do better for the sake of their couple. You know, some men do that. But majority of the men, this is the point I was making due to her numbers. Majority of the men out here, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. That's why a lot of women are backing away from marriage. They'd rather be single and
That's not true at all.
feel
That is not true.
them. No,
I'm sorry, sister, that
saying
ain't
from
true.
what I know from my experience. I'm saying from my experiences. I can only speak for what
Okay,
I know.
from
I don't
your
know what you
experience,
know.
that's not a
You know,
fact.
but from I didn't say it was a fact. I'm saying for what I have seen in my own community. That's what I'm speaking of. What I've seen from my own community. A lot of men want to play till they 40. A lot of men want to play till they 35. A lot of men want to do a lot of things to a woman. It's like whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's not too many men out here that's really like starting at the age of 25, knowing what they want to do, knowing what type of woman they want, and this and the third. That's not going on. You come from a different generation of men, sir. You see what I'm saying? I can hear it in your voice.
I beg to differ.
But a lot of these men don't even want to be fathers. That's why he had a question up right now.
Can I say something real quick?
Let him respond to that. Then I'm gonna let the sister. Go ahead.
Okay, but I'm around a lot of young people all day, a lot of college students all day, and their mind state is totally different. They're way more mature than some of us were when we were that age. Some of them know exactly what they want, know exactly what careers they want to be, know where they want to be in the next. They have a lot of 5-year, 10-year plans. It's not a lot of us. I mean, like you said, in your community and your surroundings, you need to change that surrounding, or you need to talk to those people in your community and see if you can see what's going on with them youngsters. Because every youngster I'm around, they are way more mature. Already apartments, new cars, nice jobs, college, graduated. They're doing that. They're already doing that, knowing what they want, their professions are going to be, especially with the new social media.
But how many of them want to get married? That's what we're talking about. How many of them want to get married?
I have all the answers, Martin.
A lot of them do.
Okay.
I have all the answers.
Okay.
A lot of them do.
Okay, hold up, y'all. Hold up. I'm gonna let Tiffany go, then I'm gonna let Dr. Sanders go in that order. Okay, go ahead, Tiffany. Go ahead.
Okay, so real quick, I have to
break it down.
To kind of recap, Martin. So okay, I have to come on, Martin, really? Not you, but you know.
No. What I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go back to
make sure clear.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead, Martin.
I want to hear from you.
No,
I want to hear the
you
numbers.
Go ahead, huh?
I want to hear the numbers.
So So again, we're going to look at the female to male ratio. There's way more females than there, and I'm talking about one race. So, because I'm not going to sit here and keep saying black. That's another thing. We got to stop saying, oh, first black woman, first. That shit is crazy in 2023. So we know what race we're talking about. It's ours. There's more female than male population. Okay. Number 2 is a black male is at the top of everything that is bad. Okay. Black woman is not the first up there. Black male is. Black man, Census Bureau 2021 is when they came out with the numbers. Since 2008, black man, 22% married versus black women at only 9% from 2008 to 2021. And I'm explaining why it is. Okay. So first of all, I'm not going to, yeah. So first of all, the thing that's going on with black women, black man, right, is first of all, the females, they are the first ones, Martin, that put that little black boy in front of that white judge, that white polices, everything that's bad because she kicks them out. She also let them go over there to the juvie system. And most important part, Martin, is they deny that dad being a dad to the kid, even though the man doesn't want to marry him. Not enough is marriage material, Martin. Otherwise, they wouldn't be dating everything and everybody else. But I want to stay on track, Martin, because I get upset and frustrated. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to that black male, you see all this goddamn arguing over the black. You see all this bashing. That's another thing. The only race in the largest, highest numbers that disrespect a man who has a dick and creates babies. Come on, Martin, you don't supposed to do that. They act too many act like men. Going back to little boys, they're the first ones that put them boys into that court system in front of that white boy. Then they turn around, have those babies with these boys 15, 16. These women are in their 40s, 50s on here, Martin. They don't remember today is 2023. So these girls having these kids, we'll just be fair and say 18 years old. They've already corrupted his life by taking him right in front of that white boy again. So his mother has put him in front of the white boy, denying these daddies want to see their kids. You better believe me, in the largest numbers. That's why they go through the streets, they start hustling and all that. Martin, there's so much. This is so easy, Martin. It's these bitches, Martin. And look how narcissistic. They think that they're men, that they greater. No, the only reason why, Martin, that they have what they have, because once you have a child in America, that woman gets all the best education she wants to. Once that man is 18 years old and he's catching all those felonies, he doesn't get that anymore. He doesn't, Martin. And because it's our body, our choice in this America, she don't have to abort. And he gets no choice. Only choice he get is that sperm test in front of that white boy again. Since that little boy's been around 12 to 13, he's been in front of that white boy in the largest percentage numbers of one demographic. Now, the problem with us is people don't want to read. You know why our little black boys are where they are? Because their moms are not involved. They too much up underneath another man, creating another baby, and they're not marriage, Martin. 22%. Black man is the top on everything that's bad. Look how they disrespect our women, Martin. No, Martin. No.
Okay.
So watch when you take all of them, Martin, what it is too many of are not familiar with respecting a man, and then if you want to go to the race, is the black man. This is like a cult, right? Like for real, Martin. This is a cult. It's a cult, and it's not fair.
Hold
and
it right there.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold it right there. Okay, Dr. Sanders, I promise you.
I'm gonna put myself on you.
Okay, Dr. Sanders, I promise you next. So go ahead. Say whatever you want to comment on. It's your choice. Whatever you want.
This is I understood what the other young lady was saying. It was her opinion of how she felt. I don't discredit that. I understand what the gentleman was saying, but sometimes you have to understand where a person's experience comes from. This is just straight out. I'm leaving numbers and facts and figures out the question. If a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord. If marriage is for him and if marriage is for her, then it'll happen. There are some men that have been awesome fathers to other men's children that just didn't want to. And a lot of them were educated. A lot of them had good jobs. All black men are not the same. All black women are not the same. It's to each its own. Everybody got their own philosophy. I don't live by numbers. I live by what the word of God says, but I also live by what makes sense. So for any brother that may have had problems, issues, situations, or circumstances, you have a choice to get it right. And the same thing that goes with women. It's simple as that. Everybody done had a moment. Everybody done had a dumb moment. But one thing we got to do, and I just said this to my coworker yesterday, because Martin, I'm about to give up CPS, is that we as African American women, we need to stop and come together. I don't like having a mindset to want to kill a woman or a man. I promise you I don't. But there's a part of me that look at how we are when we're even talking. Everybody has their own experience. I would never negate nobody else's experience. I would never condemn nobody's experience. We got a lot of our people that have the ability to pick up a trade if they can't go to a regular school. Of course, the Department of Education is funny about giving you a loan. But we have good people that want to get out of the system, especially in the prison system. I want to say this, and I'm saying it on record. Run and tell it. Larry Roberts is the best black man that I've known that explained his trade in cosmetology and barber school. And he's got it all over the city. He's licensed in, I think, 51 states. including Chicago, Joliet, and Rockford. And he helped those men to be able and women to pick up a trade. So whatever people tend to do to want to change, they can change. God gives us that ability to change, Mark.
Okay.
I'm not here trying to go to jail to take a case behind nobody I don't know. It's not worth that time.
Okay.
If we have men that need help, Mark, you know men, you know good leaders just as well as I do. And if they need it, we're here to help. The young lady that was talking, I heard you exactly clear and I understood what you were saying. And that was according to your view. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because I would be a fool to tell you you're wrong. Because that's what she feels. That's her experience. And so to the brother, you know, let's all learn how to listen to what another person's saying because life is too short. I'm going to 3 funerals next week. I ain't got time for none of that. Let's help one another. If we can't help one another, then call it quits. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
And guarantee you, ain't no numbers running my life. It's the end of the day.
Okay.
Can I add on to that?
Oh, go ahead, bro.
All I want to say is I understand where you're coming from, but like facts is facts, and statistics is statistics. Stats is stats. It don't lie. I'm gonna go with the numbers. Yes, of course, you're gonna go with what you see in your environment, but also when you leave out your environment, is all you're gonna know is where you came from. You can't do that. The sister is giving you facts, numbers of what's going on. I understand people say, well, that's not what I see and that's not what I see. It doesn't matter what you see in your neighborhood. Sometimes you got to go out, got to venture out, got to look beyond that. You got to look outside your neighborhood. You also got to watch what you say to other people. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but if I do feel offended, I'm going to try to correct the situation. I'm not trying to be disrespectful and saying anything that she is wrong for what she's saying. I'm saying that's not true. That's not a fact. That's opinionated and it's bigoted to say what's going on in your neighborhood and what you see is facts. It's not facts. The woman gave you the facts. She gave you the math. That is a fact.
Okay,
no matter how you put it up.
Wait, can I speak on my experience real quick? Because you keep
wait a minute, hold on. Let me say this, I'm gonna get off the phone. I don't like all that. When she said where she's at, right here in my community, I can talk about what I see.
I'm trying to say, right,
no,
but I'm trying to explain to him what I said.
Don't, sir. Because you're gonna waste no time.
Look, look. I just want to give you a little quick background, sir. Okay, I come from a married family. Period. Everybody in my family been married for the last 30 to 40 to 50 years. When my grandfather passed, he was married to my grandma for 30 years. My great uncle just passed, he was married to my great auntie for 50 years. I come from that. But what I'm seeing, that me being in the 30-year-old generation and my generation, what I'm seeing is that it just takes a little longer for both parties to even say they're ready to get married, because there's so much going on in the world right now. So that's what I am seeing, not from my community that I live in, but from my community, period. I'm an entrepreneur. I have people around me that's almost millionaires, and they Black and they successful. They living their best life. But on the spectrum of getting married, they all second guess it before they actually make a real decision. I'm engaged myself right now. I've been engaged for the last 2.5 years. Why so long? Because it's detrimental. It's certain things you have to think out. It's a lot of things that run through your mind. You feel me? I'm not saying that y'all are wrong. I'm just saying that y'all trying to sum up in all the numbers like the other lady said. But it's, I feel like it's broader than that. It's broader than just numbers. You see what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing that you said, but I come from a married background, generational background. So I definitely understand everything everybody said on the podcast tonight. It's just the fact that walking the shoes in my everyday life, I also know when I hear from my coworkers, there's other ethnicities for me. I also hear how I talk to the gas station people when I go get the gas station, my gas every morning. I greet myself with the people. I've been knowing them my whole life. I see people at my job, my bosses. We have slight conversations. We all different people. We all different colors. But a lot of things always, you know, seem the same in these conversations, should I say. But that's, like she said, it's on people, on time and too. You feel me? I'm not fresh or nothing from what y'all. I'm just saying my point of view, my opinion, how I feel, what I see. I have family members, cousins, older cousins that have been married happily for 20 years. One is a doctor and one is a school teacher. You know, I see these things. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? But I also see the backside of things too. You know, it's all about the individuals and how they carry in their situation. That's it.
And that's all. And that's what I was saying earlier. Martin was addressing the questions she had posted.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was addressing.
I know it, but
you have a lot of women that, like the young lady just said, that make decisions not knowing. We all have had dumb moments, but you go back and you correct it. Well, those are some things that statistics don't tell you about. They don't tell you how many folks are going into their life. They don't tell you what time you went to bed last night. They don't correct you on everything. They take census to see what it is observantly. But they don't tell you who corrected it or how they corrected it, how many corrected it. And I guarantee you there's a lot of numbers greater than what's put on paper. A lot of men that have changed their life around that they don't talk about. A lot of women that have changed their life around they don't talk about. So when you talk about that, yes, you got something that's documented, but when it comes, deal with the real issue of how folks change. They have
that's how they deal with it. They evaluate before they make the statistics. They have to evaluate that before they have to evaluate.
Hold on, brother. Let it talk.
In the medical field, you have a lot in the educational system. I can run it down to you in CPS. Come work with me. Do statistics there. When not a little kids come to school and their parents who got money will not discipline their kids. And they leave it for us in special education to do the freaking work. Because they don't want to do it at home. I live in the real world when it comes to public school. I see more than the average dog see with bones. I guarantee you how many principals have taken their titles and went above and beyond to make them look like they're the Queen of England. They make $180,000 figure. They're not even part of the CTU union. Did y'all know that? Did you know that they're getting ready to get a union on their own to fight everybody else? No. See, that's stuff you don't know. I sit in the meetings and I watch things that go on. I see where these children come from broken homes. I see where these kids coming to school with weed smelling in their book bag, in their clothes. And one of them in 3rd or 4th grade don't have a problem with calling you a black B-I-T-C-H to your face. And dare you to touch it. I live in the real world.
Okay.
I can get on YouTube. Oh, I have. I shook up CPS. I know what it did to my son, and I pulled my son out. Give statistics, write that down. Hell no, it didn't. Now I'm giving you proof of life. I'm telling you what has happened in this world, what is going on with a lot of these parents, a lot of these children. And a lot of parents are married or living together, and the kids still come from messed up situations.
Okay.
That's real talk.
Okay.
That's real talk. And I ain't got a problem. I'm going to talk about that openly. I promise you, I'm not afraid of nobody's authority. I done been there, done that. So reality, I live in the real world here. I'm not like that guy on Good Times who was the little banker that was trying to tell James about statistics and numbers. He's like, bull crap. He slapped that computer on the floor. We ain't dealing with that. We deal with reality here. I don't care what they put on the Census Bureau. I don't care what they put in the Labor Bureau. I don't care because the reality is a different tool compared to what you see. From that, I dare you to step out the street with me. I got something that much heavier for you. I live in the real world. I see what's going on. I can't tolerate disrespect. And the young lady that was talking earlier, yes, you made a point about how our men talk to us. You can't slap us around and punch us in our face and treat us like women from troglodyte day. The women, the Bible gave us treating like a king.
Oh, okay.
The Bible gave you the map of being a man. There were a lot of men in the Bible that had problems, that had situations. There were some who never saw their children. Some that never even cared about having more than one wife. But what bothers me is when a black man lowers the black woman's voice as if she don't freaking matter. You can't punch us in our mouth and beat us up because you want us to fix your world. That's wrong.
Who said that? So you going on to a topic that nobody's talking about.
Right.
He's gonna hold a man.
I want to hear Mark.
Okay.
I want Mark
All right.
to talk.
Okay, y'all. I got
Hello?
another caller too. Hold on, Doctor. I got another caller.
I want to hear you, Mark.
Okay, listen,
Mark,
I'm
I wanna
listening.
hear what
I'm gonna
you have
talk.
to
I got
say.
another caller. 0900. Go ahead.
Hey, Martin.
Hey.
Yeah, I saw your post on Facebook, and even though none of that pertains to me, I've never, I don't have any kids, and I've never lived with a man or anything like that. Like I'm totally like shut off from that kind of mentality. I was raised differently.
Okay.
So I'm old school, and I don't believe in.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, let her talk. Let her talk.
Believe,
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't believe in a man living with a woman at all. I mean, if anything, a man should have his own stuff, and that woman should be living with him. Granted they're married, of course, not just shacking up. But anyway, Martin, I see a lot of your posts on Facebook, and I just want to say, as someone who is biracial, so I have a black mother, and I just want to say, there is so many psychological, like deeply rooted psychological issues in the black community. I'm talking that goes back, like they're not going to be fixed probably in our lifetime. Basically, it's in our generation, or even in our lifetime, it just goes back so far, and it's so many deeply rooted issues with the men and the women. There's a theory out there that basically says, talking about the black man, where the black man is in society, in American society, is looked at as a permanent infant that is helpless and can do nothing for himself. And so therefore you got to have, white daddy government step in and try to so-called fix the problems and all this stuff. And, and you know what, Martin, when I listen to conversations like this, and when I see posts like this, it just reinforces something in me that whenever I do get married, I do not want to marry into the black community, even though I'm half black. Because there are just so many deeply rooted it's just so many deeply rooted psychological issues that I don't even want my children growing up around this kind of community no more, because it's, and I hate to say that,
That's so prejudice.
Hold on. Brother, let her talk. Let her talk. She's speaking her truth. Let her talk.
Yeah, because
Go ahead.
Martin, Mark, because as someone who is biracial and who doesn't look black, I experience so much prejudice and racism from black
people growing up that it probably, I'm gonna be honest, it probably has created some psychological issues in me. Even though I don't feel no type of way towards my mother, you know, I'm not ashamed of her. I love her and everything like that. But the truth is I don't even live in Chicago anymore. But the thing is, you know, as someone who is so far removed from a lot of the problems in the Black community, like it's you know, like a lot of these problems that the average Black woman in Chicago experiences, like single mothers, I don't have any idea what that's like. Like all these men problems, you know, sharing a man and all this type of stuff. I cannot relate to any of that. And, you know, my thing is, I think about it like if I was to marry into a Black family, okay, I would be experiencing those racism issues all over again, because we know how, you know, with all this colorism in our community, and, you know, it's like, you know, Black women are jealous of a Black man if they get somebody who doesn't look Black or who isn't Black, and it's all this competition. And then it's even worse when you bring so-called, what I was called high yellow kids into the community, and we know how they're treated. And it's just so bad nowadays, Lauren, that I have made it up in my mind that I am not gonna even recreate that cycle, because it's toxic. It's toxic, and I hate to say that, because there are a lot of attractive Black men out here and smart men, and I'm not, you know, obviously I cannot speak for all of the Black community, but the majority, from what I've seen, as someone who has grown up in Chicago all my life, I know what the Black community is like as a whole, right? As a whole, you know, and it's just something I don't want to be a part of, Martin. So, you know, when I follow your page and I watch your videos and I see your posts, but, you know, at the same time, I'm so glad that I don't have any idea what that lifestyle is like, because I live by myself. I have never let a man stay with me overnight. I have never, you know, just been up in a man's house or been up in a man's house. Like, first of all, I look at men like that, you know, it's a classic movie, the baby boy, you know, that's exactly what it is. And, you know, they letting these men run up in their house, get them pregnant. And, you know, some of these women, you know, they got issues and they don't want the man to be a father because they want to take the credit for being a single mother, as if that's somehow something to be proud of. And, you know, it's so fascinating to me how in the Black community, women have this mentality like it's something to be proud of being a single mother, when in the white community, these women don't hold that up as something to be proud of. And as a matter of fact, they try to hide in the shadows. You know, at the same time, they still have a community among their people. Even when they're single mothers, they still have a community. In the Black community, women, single mothers are just against one another. And there's no community, there's no on code at all. And I don't understand where women get this mentality from. Like it's okay. It's somehow a great achievement to be doing it all by yourself. These women be working themselves to death. Don't be seeing their kids at all. And the screens, the TV, the iPads, the phones as a babysitter, your kids, you know, and they spend all this time on social media neglecting their kids, but at the same time they take pictures with their kids with all this expensive stuff on, like they really providing for their kids. There's more to taking care of a kid than just getting them the latest iPhone, the fashion. What about their mental health, their emotional health? You know, it's like the women, they don't even understand that. They just so far removed. And a lot of these women, they don't need to be having kids because they raising the next generation, and these kids are going to be damaged. They're going to have issues, and the cycle is just going to continue. And it's just toxic, Marty. It's a shame. It's sad. And I'm happy that I grew up. I'm happy that I grew up in the early 2000s, because things were a lot different then. I think I was the last good generation, and after me, it just all went to crap. And I cannot identify with none of this stuff. And it's sad, Martin. It really is sad.
Let me say something too. I'm gonna help you out too. I understand and I identify with everything that you said, and I much as I want to deny it, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because you're on point. I mean, you're on point. I mean, I hate to agree with you. I love being Black, but you're on point. But I will say this, at least as being black, we have an excuse. Now, and if you know your history, and I'm quite sure you probably do, you're a smart woman, we didn't just get like this. This is centuries of trauma that never have been addressed properly. Here we are, supposedly supposed to have been set free from oppression from the white man. We'll say that. With no land, no money, no nothing. Just put out there. No reparations and nothing. Just put out there. Even to today, sister, our people, black people, we dress up our trauma. Everything that you said is trauma. Trauma, not drama, trauma. A lot of us, we rather have a baby than to get married first. That's our marriage, having a baby. Talking about as women. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Yes, we have so much hate toward one another. It's like we're in competition. The man against the woman, the young woman against the older woman. It's pure hate, sister, but we have an excuse why we this way. I'm saying, and that don't make because we have an excuse that is right. So other races have not been through what we've been through. Now you got to give us credit. We still here. We still surviving. And one thing I can say, we all not like what you said. And I agree with everything you said about us. But some of us is not like that, though, through this trauma. So we have a legitimate reason to be the way we are. I'm talking about both males and females. It's a system that's in place that's designed to keep their foot on our neck. It's a system. Don't want to allow us to prosper. Now, the system will allow a few, but not a mass number of us. And I understand you. I feel you, sister. You're 100% right. But I tell you this, we have a legitimate excuse for our mental illness, for our wrongdoing, and for our thinking backwards and all that. Trust me. It was just a matter of time.
You know, Martin,
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead. Go ahead, sister.
You know, as I learn more about the history, you know, I do understand that a lot of this is trauma based, and a lot of this stuff was done to us. But at the same time, it's like there are things now that we just have to take responsibility for. I mean, there is no reason.
But let me just say this.
There is no reason why.
Let me just say this.
Okay.
You can't listen. Remember, our trauma has never been properly dealt with. Never dealt with. We just not learned how to read. You know, and everything we learn in this country, we have to fight. And everything that we have to fight to keep it. I'll give you an example. I'm going to just help you out a little bit. The same relationship that the white slave masters had, right now, we have that same relationship with the white slave masters' children. Well, what are you talking about, Martin? This is what I'm talking about. When they brought us over here on the shores, whether we sold or they bought us, whatever, how we got here, we didn't own nothing. We didn't control nothing. We didn't run nothing. Here we are in 2023. We don't own anything. We don't control anything. We own nothing. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. It's the same relationship that we had. Now, back in the 1800s,
Okay.
I'm going to let you talk. Back in the 1800s, and
Okay.
Tiffany Good, Black people in this country was somewhere around between 10 and maybe 13%. Here we are, 2023. We still right there. Why is that? We, as Black people in this country, we've been through slavery. We've been through Jim Crow, mass incarceration, war on drugs. We've been through these things. Without no psychological help, with no help at all. We just been set loose. Go fend for yourself. Now you're free. You can do whatever you want to do. And like I said, I'm not saying that a black person in America can't make it. But when it comes to mass numbers, it's not going to happen. They'll let a few Oprah Winfrey's, a few athletes, entertainers, politicians, just a few, not in the mass number at all. So we're dealing with centuries of trauma. And I'm not trying to get out of the point of taking accountability of our things. There are some things that we can do, and there are some things that we did do. You just think about it during the Jim Crow. We couldn't eat with white folks. We couldn't be buried with them. We couldn't drink out of the same water fountain. We couldn't swim in the same swimming pool or the lake. We couldn't do nothing with them. That's trauma. My father was raised in the deep South. And when he hear a black person talking, we say in the black hood, we say proper English, but it's correct English. It bothers him because he has so much deep pain. He said, I'm gonna give you one of his experiences, I'm gonna let you talk. He said, as he was coming up and he had a little white friend, they would play together, play together. Then when they became teenagers, he had to call the young white boy, which was the same age as he, Mister. And when he walked down the street, he had to get off the sidewalk and let him walk. That was trauma to my father. That was trauma. He said when he had to pick cotton, he said, man, I work all day and the money never is right. So he came to the city of Chicago and was a hustler all his life. Sold drugs, did whatever he had to do, dice, just a hustler. So you're dealing with, and I understand you, sister, you probably don't want to deal with that. And one more thing, I got to let you go. I'm going to let you say what you say. One more, just follow me. Black men and black women, we have so much trauma that we can't even love each other properly because we're dealing with self-hate and trauma. Once we get past that self-hate and that trauma, then we can begin to love each other. But only connect that connects us is sex. Only time two black men and women really get along, only way a black man could dominate a black woman is in the bedroom. But when he's standing up, he's no competition to her, really, if I may say it that way. That's it. In the bedroom. That's it. And like the brother said earlier today, when mothers have babies, the government gives them so many perks. And I'm not saying they shouldn't. They get housing, food vouchers, they get free education. There's a lot of things that they get. And Tiffany said she's mixed herself. So I know Tiffany can identify with you. But every negative stat, unemployment, incarceration, education, black men is at the top. And that's by design, sister. We living in a world that's not fair. And if one of your parents are white, and if they really are honest with you, they'll tell you, ask them, do they really want to be treated like a black person? They'll tell you no. Now they'll tell you black people are cool. We like the way they do things, but I wouldn't want to be treated like a black person in this country. And we be treated, and we get treated like dirt. The poorest white person can get into a room that the richest black man in America can't get into. It's called privilege. And I'm gonna turn it over to you. Go ahead, sister. But I just want to educate you on a lot of little things, how we see it, how we view. And I understand we're dealing with trauma and self-hate. And if you don't get past that, we can't love each other properly. And I tell my daughters, I got 4 beautiful daughters, and I tell them, if a man don't love himself, he can't love you. And that's what we're facing. We're dealing with a race of people that hate each other. They run into a crowd and shoot people just because. That's hate. That's trauma, mental illness. Something got to be wrong with somebody. Cut you off on the expressway. Now you want to point a gun and shoot. That's hate. That's hate and trauma passed on down for centuries. So we do have an excuse. But go ahead, my dear sister. But I just wanted to educate you, not making no excuse for bad behavior at all. But I had to tell you that. I had to tell you that because we're dealing in a world that's not fair. We're dealing in a world that the white man has been our enemy for 400 some years and nothing changed. Now, I'm not saying that every white person is on a board with what's going on. I'm not saying that, but they do benefit from it because the system tilts toward the white person to be successful in this country. But go ahead. I'm going to let you talk. I'm tired. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening. Go ahead. Go ahead, my dear sister.
Thank you, Martin, for talking. Thank you, Martin, for talking.
Martin, yeah, I understand. I appreciate that. And, I just want to say, how long are we going to keep blaming slavery for things that we have control over? For example, Martin, you're right. This stuff is come from centuries of trauma, and it's like I said, it's probably not. It's not going to be fixed in my lifetime. That's for sure.
I agree with you.
I'm not even 30 years old yet.
Yep.
And it's not going to be fixed in this lifetime, if ever. And so the thing is, how long are we going to keep blaming slavery, and when are we going to start taking action? Because it's clear that first of all, we know that the white man runs this world.
Yes,
the white man runs this world, and we know that it's the playing field is never going to be leveled, no matter what you do, no matter what position Black people get in. And like you said, yeah, they'll let some get through, the Oprah Winfrey's, the Michael Jordan, and that's just the way it is, Martin.
I know,
and that's probably the way it's always going to be. And life is not fair. No one ever said life was going to be fair. And so, you just got to kind of play the cards that you're dealt. And so the thing is, and it's really no excuse, because what is the excuse now? A Black person can go out here and get into a college just like a white person can. And I would beg to differ, because of affirmative action. It's probably easier for some Black people to get into college and get it funded than a white person. But also, what is the excuse now for single mothers who spend all their time on Facebook? Because trust me, I have some Facebook friends right now. They spend all their time. I'm talking like the whole day, just sharing and reposting statuses, copying and pasting, because it's not their status. It's just copy and pasting. And I know for a fact, and I know for a fact, these women have more than one child. And okay, why aren't these parents reading to these kids?
Yeah.
Why are they not taking them to educational museums? Why are they not spending time talking to them? What is the excuse there, Martin? There's no white man excuse there. That's just laziness.
Right. Let me just
and
you're correct. And you're correct. I can't argue that point, but I will say this. When you are not taught and trained, it's like one day, hey, okay, Black people, y'all not slaves anymore. Go. Y'all free to go. Can't read. We don't have no land, nothing to build on. Then when we tried to do something, Tulsa, Oklahoma, what happened? They destroyed it. They destroyed it. Them people, which was Black people, didn't bother white people.
Let's be real.
Hold on. No, I got to tell the truth.
Let's be real.
Listen. History, one thing about history, it don't lie. And when a white man arrests a Black man, the first thing he dig up his history, his past. They tell us to forget our past, but they won't tell the Jews to forget the Holocaust. And it didn't even happen over here in America. Now, why we got to forget slavery and they don't have to forget their past, their past? So why shouldn't we? Listen, if somebody killed your mother, raped your mama, sodomized your father, made your daughter, fed your daughter to alligators, lied, cheated, steal, murdered your people, took away your language, your God and everything, wouldn't you be upset? Wouldn't you be upset? And give you a religion that say turn the other cheek and you'll get yours in the sweet by and by while they living, being fruitful and multiplying on the earth and enjoying the fruit of the land? We can listen. The white man is so powerful in this country that he controls the flow of water, food. He controls the military, the education system, the money, the political system, the judicial system. We don't have the media. We don't have a leg to stand on. Then when we try to push a little bit, we say Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Now they matter. Listen, we wasn't the ones hanging white people on trees. They was hanging us, castrating us. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Martin.
Yes.
Martin, we
Can I
can
speak something from
go around in circles and you can say that stuff till you blue in the face. But again, when it comes down to the wooden nickel, when the Black community, when Black mothers and Black fathers are in their everyday homes, living their everyday lives, what does the white man have to do with their everyday decisions that they make in their home?
Oh, first of all, I'm finna tell you. I'm finna tell you. Let me tell a brother.
Please,
Let me tell her.
Can we all be able to
No.
statements on this?
Listen, but let me talk, y'all. Listen, sister, I'm the host here. I'm the host. So I have a privilege, but I'm the host here. I've listened to you guys all day, whether I agree with you or not. And you know, I've listened quietly. But let me just say this. First of all, we're dealing with a system. It's called white supremacy. White supremacists have turned the Black man against the Black woman. They have came up with this feminist group. You don't hear no other race but the Black race, Black women, a strong Black woman. You never hear a white woman say that. You never hear a Mexican woman say that, an Asian woman say that, an Arab woman say that. Nobody but the Black race says that. It's a divide in the home. Nobody else says that. Even with the white media, Black on Black violence, Black on Black crime. You never hear the media say white on white violence, white on white murder, killing. You never hear them say that. You never hear them say it. Even though these European countries are fighting right now, you never heard that term. Those are white supremacist terms. Trust me. And it's a divide. It's on purpose. So Tiffany said it earlier. Their job is to put felons on these young Black men. Black men are only one, they shooting and killing each other too, but they the only one get gunned down on a regular basis by police officers because he had a gun and the gun wasn't even pointed, it was under his seat. Why is that? Why is it that you don't hear a Black cop shooting down a white teenager because he thought he had a gun or he feared for his life? They both go to the same academy. And I'm going to tell you the concept of a white person mind. Follow me, people. You can put two maps of America, of the world, we'll just say. You put a white person to my left and a Black person to the brown. And I'm going to tell you how both of them think. When a white person look at a map, he looks at it, he don't see no lines. All of it is his. That's how he think. When a Black person sees a map, they see lines dividing and all that. Okay, this is where the Africans be at. This is European country. White man, he see it all. That's how he think. When a white man educate himself, he's thinking, I'm going to be the CEO or I'm going to start the company. The Black man thinks, I'm going to get a good degree and I'm going to go work for a nice, big Fortune 500 company. That's our thinking. That's where we've been trained. Listen, English, they control the flow of money, the dollar that you got in the bank. His face is on it. He can tell you tomorrow, your dollar that you have is only worth 10 cents. Or he can say the next day is worth 30 cents. It's what he say that goes. It's the lion in the room, sister. That's about design. So listen, white folks was never in slavery like Black people. 400 some years. Come on, our trauma. We still traumatized, sister. You're dealing with women, Black women that don't know nothing if they don't sit down and educate themselves. It's a few of them that's educated out in this country, but their education don't benefit them. We got lawyers, we got doctors, politicians, entertainers, and look at our condition. And we still in the same condition we're in because our education is fake. It doesn't benefit our race. It benefits the master. This still is a plantation. We are in the worstest form of slavery ever. At least our ancestors knew that they wasn't free. You got black people right now, 2023, believe that they're free in this country. You're not free. You are in chains. Your mind. We're on a plantation. Your marriage, Tiffany, don't count unless you go through the system. Your divorce don't count unless you go through the system. Your preaching, your license don't count unless you go through the system. Your education, your degree, if it don't go through the system, it doesn't count. Your life experience don't count. They control everything. They've been controlling for the last 400 some years in this country. So, sister,
and that's probably not going to change.
Listen, it's probably not going to change. So, the white man had a hand in the way black people are. Trust me. He pent us against each other. You got the problem right now. You light bright. You almost can pass for white, in a sense. And you know, listen, there's a cliche that said, brown, brown, stick around, black, black, get back. Trust me. And you can look at the news. Look at the news media. You never see a jet black sister on the news media. You always see them caramel skin, or light skin, but you never see a blue black. Why is that? This images, sister, this is real. This is real. And y'all parents should tell you guys that. Those that white, they know what this country is all about. Well, you say, well, Martin, my mama didn't have slaves, or my father didn't have slaves. But guess what? You are benefiting from the slave trade of your ancestors, of the white folks. Trust me. America hates black people.
Just personally.
Go ahead, brother. I'll let you talk. Go ahead. You've been patient. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be done with it. I just want to let her know the mind state of how white and black is. And it's this simple. I'm with the white woman, okay? I'm with the white woman.
Oh.
We've been together for 6 years now. Okay? Now listen to this. We all been told as men never to empty the trash at nighttime. We all been told this. My woman think when I told her, I'm not emptying the trash, you need to go empty the trash. I'm not emptying the trash tonight. You scared? Yes, I'm scared. When I say that, she think I'm scared of like a boogeyman, a monster. No, I'm scared because I could be misidentified, being in the alley at night, taking out the trash. I could be killed by law enforcement by mistaken identity. That's a reality and a fact for a black man.
True.
I don't know how, if you don't understand that, then you don't understand life. And you can put the wool over your eyes all you want. That is real. That is real. I could be killed by taking out my trash at night.
No,
than the police.
No, but let me just say this.
Being mistaken.
But let me just say this. I'm 54 years old. Those are from Chicago, 35th, where the White Sox park, Comiskey Park. We call it Comiskey. I've been chased out of there so many times from white people, white teenagers, chasing me up and calling me niggers and stuff like that. I'm just telling y'all. Listen, years ago, we couldn't pass Cicero. We couldn't pass Cicero because we know. And we better not get caught when it get dark time, when it get nighttime outside. I'm just telling you, it's real. It's real. Listen, white people, if they're honest, if they real honest, I'm talking about white people, if they're real honest, they know how we blacks are being treated. And the brother just said it. He don't want no mistakes. He go in the alley at nighttime, first thing they're going to see a black person, they're going to assume that he's stealing something or breaking into something. They're going to assume that. And I understand him. And I guarantee you, I don't know nothing about him, but I'll say this to him. When you out with your white wife, I guarantee you, if you live in an affluent neighborhood, a mixed neighborhood, or predominantly white neighborhood, they giving you nasty stares. I guarantee you. One of my best friends, he been with a white woman for like 10 years, and he gets that all the time. He gets it all the time. I'm just saying it. And she's good to him. She's good to him, you know? So my point is, I understand you, brother. It's certain things as being a black man we can't do. We can't take a chance. We have to teach our children, when you get pulled over law enforcement, cut on your interior light, keep your both hands on the steering wheel. We have to do things like that. White people don't have to go through things like that. I'm going to give y'all another example. I've been protesting for the last 7-8 years. Man, I've seen the white people walk up to the police, cuss them out, spitting like that. Let a black person try it and see what happens. You'll see he probably picking his teeth off the ground or something. It never fails. Why is that? Why is that?
Well, Martin,
This
some
facts.
things, you know,
You can't make no
go
excuse
around
for
in
that.
circles all day, but Martin,
Ain't no, hold on,
no, but
sister.
Martin, ain't nobody making it.
No, ain't no excuse. Hold on. That ain't no listen. That's facts what I told you, sister. You might not listen. You listen.
I'm not saying it's not.
It's facts. I'm from the hood, sister. I know how it is here. Now, I don't know where you from.
So I'm not, Martin.
I'm from the hood.
Division in Pulaski.
You know?
I'm from Martin. I grew up on Division in Pulaski, and I'm from the hood too.
Right. So
But what I'm saying is though, I'm not denying what you're saying, but at the end of the day, okay, how does that affect us reading to our children, teaching our children, paying attention to our children? What does any of that have to do with
Who
what
said
we
we don't
got to
do
do?
that?
I have the answer. I have the answer again. I'll just have to repeat it. Martin.
Okay, go ahead, Tiffany.
wanna
Tiffany's
hear
mixed
it?
as well,
I'm
too.
gonna have to
She's
say
mixed
it.
too, so as well.
Yeah.
She's mixed white and black, I think. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tiff.
It is. Yeah, that's what it is. Martin,
Okay.
I want you to try to remember this, okay? And it's okay to say this, right?
Right.
Remember, pre-made families, I'm going to be fair and just say 18. I'm not even going to say 14, 15, right? It's the pre-made families, we'll say 18 years old with the females. Remember, it's our body, our choice. White boy don't control that. White boy may control everything else, and I agree with you. But that white boy does not control my body, my choice, which means abortion. These females at the highest
Tiffany,
numbers.
Tiffany,
Okay?
I got to
having all
Tiffany,
these babies
Tiffany,
and no daddy.
Tiffany,
Go ahead. Yeah.
I got to disagree with
Go
you.
ahead.
First of all, the white boy control our black people minds. Our minds are so weak. All they have to do, they control the images. Black people believe anything they see on TV if they ain't smart enough.
Yeah.
Tiffany, I'm 54 years old, and when you say Jesus to me, I think of a white man with long hair and blue eyes, and I know better. I know better. For many years, and I went to the seminary. For many years, when I used to read the Bible, I would think all the characters was white. I'm just telling you. I mean, these are images
True.
that I'm 54 years old that's still in my mind that I battle. I've been taught psychological. It's a psychological warfare out there too. First of all, Margaret Sanger was a white woman, came up with the abortion clinics. And she didn't come up with that idea for white people. She came up with that idea for black people. Population control. That's an evil witch. And she's in hell right now if she didn't repent. If she didn't repent before she died. So that's evil. That's evilness. How evil can a person be to set up a system? Well, another race of people can go in there, you can exterminate it. What's the difference between her and Hitler? There's no difference. It's a mindset. That's wrong. And where are the Parent Planned Hood clinics at right now? In the black and brown communities right now.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's no accident. That's no accident.
Not all.
Listen,
Not all, Mark.
majority
There's no
of
such
them.
thing as not all.
I know, I didn't say all.
Such
The
word.
majority
Right.
in the black community, black and brown communities, by design. So my thing is, you got black women aborting these babies like it's birth control pills. Chop shop. I know. I'm being honest with you. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Who doing all these abortions? Who pulling this off? Now,
They choosing to do it. Right?
okay, I know it, but I'm just
they're
saying,
choosing to do them.
who are they going to get them done? Who put drugs in the black community? Who put guns in the black community? Not black people. Who put these abortion clinics in the black community? Not black people. Some
Marty,
evil race white
Who
people.
is making them? Who is making them have sex though? Who is making them have sex?
Mm.
That's their choice.
Right. Our body, our choice.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right.
I can't fight. I can't fight.
Right.
with- That's natural.
Who's forcing these women to open up to these men they know ain't gonna stick around anyway? That's their fault.
Yeah.
That's their fault. That's not Planned Parenthood's fault. That's
No.
their fault.
Yeah.
But you know, more white women is having abortions than black women.
They ain't gonna tell that
It
part.
doesn't matter. The fact that it's even no. It's
I was
the
just
fact
I
that
was
it's
just I was just about to
Exactly.
say that.
Exactly.
They not gonna say that.
Martin.
But see, they can
Martin.
have. Hold on, Tiffany.
That's why they got rid of. That's why they trying to get rid of.
Listen.
Do away with the
Go ahead, Martin.
Listen.
Because the more white.
Let me say something, brother. Let me say something. Let me just say something. More black babies are being aborted in this country more than black on black murder or black on black killing. That's a fact.
And that's a black woman's fault.
Listen.
It's a black woman's
I'm just telling y'all, that's a fact. You know, you got, and Tiffany, you said it early. That black woman
Mm-hmm.
take that little boy and push him in front of the white guys. And that's what you do.
That's right. Sure does.
By
Under that white
design.
system. Yep.
By design.
It's
Well, I tell you
evil.
what, if you don't
Evil.
want to be in this house, I'm gonna take you to child support court. I'm gonna take you to that white man. He gonna make you pay it.
Evil.
He gonna make you pay it. You playing chess
Evil.
with your sons and your daughters because the male don't want you. Or y'all lay down, went to the club.
Mhm.
He saw how you look, you smelling good. Y'all got together, didn't have a real conversation. Before you know it, y'all have slept together. Now you're pregnant. You don't know
That's
nothing
right.
about this
we only
man.
good for fucking
And
Martin.
how is that the white man's fault? How
No,
is that the
but
white
I'm just
man's
saying.
fault, Martin?
No, I didn't say
It's
that
not
was the
saying
white
it
man's
is.
fault.
Yeah,
I didn't.
okay, I'll be
I
quiet.
didn't say that was the white man's fault. I didn't say that. Everything is not the white man's fault, but he's a cause in it. If you put two starving lions in the cage together, they're going to kill each other. The white man do not want to see the black man prosper or the black race prosper in this country. Not on his watch. It's not going to happen. It's going to have to be a bloodshed. It's going to have to be.
Yeah,
Martin,
I agree with
until-
that.
I'm telling you. And y'all don't want to hear that talk, but that's what it's going to come down to.
Oh, I love.
If the black
I love
man
that
going to be
part.
free.
Yes. you've
This
got to have
revolutionary
bloodshed.
talk.
You've
There's,
got to have bloodshed.
there's
Yes,
never
it is.
been a
Mark,
revolution.
can I say something?
Hold on, let me talk, sister.
I
I'm
love the
feeling it
Go
right
ahead,
now.
Mark.
Can I say something
Let me
real
talk.
quick,
No,
Mark?
you can't say that right now, sister.
Revolution.
It's a revolution. And that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
If the black man don't stand up and be a man in this time of day, he always going to be looked down as a boy to them. You tell boys to go sit down, shut up, and do this. Men, you ask them to do that. And that's how we treat it in this country because we're powerless for right now. But it's going to come a day. Every empire that failed, it's going to come a day. Trust me. Rome don't always for rule the throne.
Yeah.
And the white people know their time is coming. Even the president said it. Sleeping Joe. He said by the time 2040, white people going to be the minority. And he told black people, you're going to have to get along with the Mexicans, Latinos. He didn't say the Latinos had to get along with you, but he said it, you, black people, going to have to get along with them. In that words, he said this country is doomed, not because of black people, too, but it was coded language. Listen, black men know in this country, if he speak out and if he ain't ready to die and he go against the white man, he better be ready to die because that's what's going to happen. They're going to kill you.
That's right.
They're going to kill you. Trust me. They're going to kill you because
Better be able to
they're
say goodbye
not.
to your kids.
Listen. They attack kids, everybody. They ain't sparing nobody. The white men have a history of genocide in this country that we can't deny. You can't throw that history out. They have a history of genocide. They know how to kill. They study war. They live it. They breathe it. I ain't mad at them at all. I'm not mad at them. It's their time right now. Well, the time is almost up because they ain't going to be ruling for too long. It's up. Seriously. But But
Martin, how is the black community gonna rule? We can't even get on code.
listen, sister, I didn't say the black. I didn't say that. I
Was
said,
we-
hold on, brother.
We don't even have
Hold
a
on,
community.
hold on,
Black
brother.
people
Hold
don't
on,
get power.
hold on. I said
Come
that
on now,
their
Martin.
time is up. That's what I said. I didn't say that the black people gonna rule them. I didn't never say that. You gotta listen, sister. I said their time is coming to an end. It's just about up. That's what I said. Trust me. Listen,
So
if
who's
you
gonna take their place?
hold on, listen. We don't know. That remains to see. It could be the Asians. Asians is rising up in power now. Trust me. It could be.
Sure are.
I'm just being honest with you.
They are.
We know
The Asians are
we know it's not gonna be
rising
black
up
people
in
because black-
power.
every other race can get on code. Every other race can get on code except us. You can't have nobody in power if you can't even have a community, and we can't even have a community. So we can just forget
I
about
just seen
being
a
in
bunch of
power
black
ever.
people marching.
Yeah. Well,
I
you
just
know
seen
what?
a bunch of black people marching big club, getting black spade all across the world. You talking about we can't stay together?
No,
I
that's
done seen black people staying
Oh,
together a
oh,
lot.
they black people.
A lot.
We listen. We can stay together for BS though. I'll say that quick. We just don't stick together for major things. Minor things, lecture slide,
Right.
car clubs, reunions, and all that. Maybe we'll do a protest for 1 or 2 days, and we'll just go back to normal. We ain't gonna go no more than 1 or 2 days. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being real honest. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. I got to.
I done seen a bunch of black kids pick up a police station.
Right, of course. Man, brother, you
can.
you can go back on my page. 6 years. I got documentation of black people protesting. But I'll tell you this: you have white people go harder than black people on their own issues. They fight for black issues. Listen, it'd be so many white people down there fighting for black people. Black people be somewhere partying somewhere.
Yep.
I got documentation. I can prove it, brother.
Yep.
I can prove it.
Yeah.
I'm saying in my mind,
right.
hold on. Now, it wasn't a white boy that got gunned down by the police. It was a black boy. Where all the black people at? It'd be a handful of black people and mass number of white people. Trust me. I got documentation to prove it.
Yeah.
That our mind, I don't know what's wrong with us.
I got documents too, bro. I got videos. to show
Yeah,
you. A
I
lot
don't
of
know
black
what's wrong
people
with us, bro.
doing-
Listen,
doing a lot of black
I hear more white people
You gotta
saying,
have people, and I understand.
hey,
And I know you was on front line, boy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna never.
okay,
let Martin-
let me say this, Tiff.
I see you on front line, bro.
I hear white people holding up signs, Black Lives Matter, more than I see black people doing it. God, my witness.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God, my witness.
That's
I
fact.
see more
That's
white
fact.
people
I
screaming
believe-
Black
And-
Lives
and they
Matter
have those signs
than
in
black
their
people.
yard.
I'm telling you. I don't know
Yup,
what's
and they
wrong with
are.
black
Yup,
people.
at they businesses.
I don't know what's
Mhm.
going on, Tiffany and my dear sister and my dear brothers and
I
sisters.
know it.
I can't tell you.
I
I don't know.
what it is.
We just sleep. We don't
I
want
know
that. I
what
don't
it
know.
I know what it is. I told you what it is.
Go
Can
ahead,
I tell
Tiffany.
you again?
We
'Cause
lost.
I don't mind.
We
Yeah.
lost.
I want you to remember.
We are lost
I
people.
want Martin.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on.
I'm done
I
talking,
want
y'all. Y'all
Martin
go
to
ahead.
Remember.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
Tiffany.
Martin. I want you to remember. We are a race divided by gender. Our war is
Yeah.
by way of gender because they continue to have these babies. Remember, I'm being fair. I want you to remember this. Once you have that baby, she is the one that puts our little itty bitty sons in front of that goddamn white boy first. That's where they brainwash themselves. Now, Martin, I want you. This is going to be brand new for you to hear. Every other race will marry that black boy. They won't marry that black woman. And I'm going to tell you why. It's the same reason the black boy won't marry that black girl either. And it's because it's good for one thing, is to make babies. And they drive, and I'm talking about the largest numbers. Oh God, I got to make sure I put the largest, highest numbers. But that black boy will get away from that black girl and go marry everybody, every foreigner, every illegal, every white person, but they won't marry that black woman. So who's the real problem? That is the answer to our poverty. It's the answer to the delinquency of being able to own anything, because the bitch is the one who owns her body. It's our body, our choice. That little black boy don't get no choice. That girl get pregnant at 15. That little black boy don't get no choice. Her whole goddamn family does. Martin, for the kids and for the men, it's not your fault. You don't get no choice to tell that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And they're not even marriage materialists. Again, that black man, the highest, everything that's bad, everything. But he can get up outside that race, and I tell you what, everybody embraces him. He goes and he marries, and he has families, marriage. You said the other night real quick about marriage. All them women, you got a lot of grannies that are your fans. Because we grannies at 35, Martin. We grannies at 35.
Mhm.
It's the bitches, Martin. We only good for the pussy because we're visual. Hold on. Martin, it's okay to think outside the box and look at the way that black women are treated. It's in the music. Didn't they just tell you how they feel about black women? You don't hear them getting up. All them girls are light-skinned with good hair, or they Hispanic, or you got the bitch with all that goddamn fake hair complaining, talking about, yeah, we giving it all to the A. Always just talking. The right side thinker, right brain side thinkers. Everything's visual. Nobody wants to read, Martin. They over here talking about Census Bureau. I'm not with no numbers, Martin. You don't know how important these Census Bureau numbers are. That's why these Hispanics are getting way more than blacks are. The importance of Census Bureau is what brings in things for the community, for little children, Martin. That's how important the Census Bureau is. It breaks down everything by its category. Black America, since 10 years backwards, from 2021, we have declined in our population, Martin. And that's by way of the Census Bureau. I'm tired of black folk making stuff up and always just talking. I'm sitting here giving real answers of what can stop the corruption of the poverty that they create on their own. These bitches can create the poverty on their own. It's my pussy, my body, my choice. The men get no say-so. And it's not the men's fault with no goddamn condom. That bitch can go there. She can get that goddamn shot, that birth control. No, fuck them. Yeah, that's why that black man, the
Tiffany,
top
you
of
cussing away,
everything
girl.
that's evil.
Stop cussing, girl.
Yeah, because I'm
Okay.
tired of
Excuse
these
me,
frauds.
can I
No, because all you gonna do is defend. She gonna talk about the church. She gonna talk about her husband. She gonna talk about her kids. Stay in 2023. Yeah.
Hold on, Tiffany. Let her
Oh, that's
talk.
not you. You're not Dr. Sanders.
No,
Oh,
leave
my
her.
bad.
That's
If
not
you're not
Dr.
Dr.
Sanders.
Then my bad.
Tiffany,
Okay, I'm
stop.
sorry, hon. Hey, I apologize.
Come on,
I
sister.
I apologize.
I got two questions for you because I'm an educated young woman, okay, and I am gonna give myself that credit, and I have a extraordinary knowledge on my background, where I come from, and everything. I keep hearing you scream the black woman, the black woman, right? And I understand your theory, I do, but you keep forgetting. No, okay, you got your numbers. I'm not gonna say a theory because you got your numbers. Okay, you got your receipts.
Thank you.
You keep forgetting naturally. You keep forgetting naturally, and you keep forgetting genetically and divinely that a woman was put here to follow the man, right? Right or wrong?
Oh yeah.
The men.
Definitely.
Listen. Now listen. They're definitely right. Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
Yeah.
if that's the case, you can look this up too. Why is it that the black women are more mentally stable, financially stable, emotionally stable? Let me finish. We have those that we meeting. I said earlier, I don't play the male and female thing. I don't do that because I was raised in a two-parent household. So I don't know how to debate between the two. But what I do know is, just like Mark said earlier, everybody can go to college. Everybody can make decisions. Everybody make their own decisions. You feel what I'm saying? Like you just said, the woman body is her temple. She's making her own decisions for it. And so is the black man. So when are we going to hold the men accountable for the mistakes that they make, like you trying to push the mistakes that black women make? You get where I'm coming from? Black women make those type of mistakes for dealing with bullshit black men who not able to lead, who not able to guide her in the right direction. Maybe she don't have it all, and she do need this black man to step up and be that man, and he can't do it, and she can't either. I'm not saying abortion is right. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not saying that because I don't believe in sacrificing children. But I do believe in people making the best decision that's for themselves. Maybe they taking advantage of it and it went too far. But if I had a real brain, like I feel like I do right now, because I'm 30 and I still have one child. My son is about to be 11. Once you do make that first situation, and I don't even like saying the word mistake, okay? Because my son is here and I love him. But once you do bump your head for the first time, you learn. You get where I'm coming from? I've learned my lesson.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of women don't learn their lesson. They have to bump their heads a few times. They have to go through the pain, the this and then the third. But don't sit up here and bash the women. And I hear you calling women bitches. You a sister yourself. Don't do that. Please don't do that, because I was over here. I've been trying to say something for the longest, but Mom wants to talk. But I don't like that. You older than me, and I know this generation use the bitch word a lot. But in this environment where we on this podcast, that's like we not sticking together. You know, you still divine us. You know, if we women, we gonna be women. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, women do make mistakes like men make mistakes. But don't solely put that on a female. We're naturally here to follow the man. We are made from a man's rib, which means if he's shitting out shit, we part of the shit that he's shitting out. And that's fact. These men are able to lead us in the right direction. We still gonna all be messed up. Like Mark said, these men need to step up and stand in their power. They do. And once they do, their women will follow.
Why won't they marry us? Why the 22%?
Okay,
won't marry us?
I can't give you an overall answer to that. But what I can say is, I've given the answer. No, you haven't, because Mark already said we're dealing with mass incarceration. A lot of our black men are even counted on that Census Bureau. They locked up
but when I said that, I said that they're still marrying at the top.
Listen, I wasn't able to speak after Mark went back around the circle again.
Okay, go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
I'm voicing now. A lot of our intelligent black men, gifted black men, spiritual black men, guess where they been at? In the penitentiary for minor mistakes that the state has made them sit there for years for, that a white man would never sit there for years for. And these are facts. So when they do their Census Bureau, they know they're not counted in it. They a ward of the state. They a number at this point. They're not a part of
They do get counted. They do get counted now. They are counted. They are counted for.
Listen.
They changed the laws. They changed the laws. So let's be fair on the black man. They are accounted for. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's be fair with the black man. We can't exclude him and everything.
I'm raising. Listen, this touching my soul for real, because I'm raising a son
hurting mine
in real life. Like
it's hurting
I love my baby every day. No, but to hear you steady saying these women, that may also be true. Like I say, I understand that is true. But I see women that raise great men. I see women that sons is going to college. I see women that raising these sons with no kids, and they have listen though. But the same women
we're talking about the highest numbers. The highest numbers, though, hon.
I'm talking about
the highest numbers
that you just said was put. Okay, I'm a black woman.
Highest numbers.
On this man podcast.
And but I'm talking the highest numbers.
I'm telling you what I see with my everyday eyes. I'm telling you every day with my everyday eyes.
Well, I read too.
Can I say something? You trying to capture two
Okay.
We don't need a man to interject, Mrs. Martin.
Okay.
Can I finish real quick?
Go ahead, finish.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
And I'm speaking because this touching my soul for real. Because I'm walking this truth every day in my life, every fucking day. I see great women, whether they headstrong, financially strong, mentally strong, spiritually strong. They raising these kids, and they doing the best that they can with them. I have seen some of these boys come from nothing, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my own generation, with crackhead mamas and everything, go to college, have children, provide for their children, be there for their children. I have seen this. So for this woman, for
this woman to be on this podcast steady calling us bitches and saying we pushing them out there to the white man. That's not all the way.
Yes, y'all are
true, man. Okay,
100% true.
That's not
in the
true.
highest numbers.
My sister,
Yes, in the highest numbers, it is.
My sister is in her 40s. My daddy have over 10 children. I'm the baby. My oldest sister has 5 sons. Her oldest.
That's your story. That's a very short percentage.
No, listen.
I'm talking percentages here.
Listen.
I know it's hurting your soul, because it's hurting mine too.
No, it's not. Listen. We have social media. We have a little black boy that's 9 years old, just graduated from high school. He was raised by a single black mother with no man in the house.
That's a good thing, but it's the smallest percentage.
Listen to me.
Jeez, I'm talking large percentages. That's why I started at.
No, listen.
God damn.
Man, when you listen, it's which one teach one.
No, but you're talking in small percentages. You're making it look pretty. Man, you're making it look pretty.
I'm not. That's not.
God damn. Yes, you are. I'm talking the largest percentages.
All right. Y'all hold on.
Yeah, she's trying to soften it up.
We got a new call.
She's trying to soften up that.
Okay, hold on.
You ever gonna grow, man? You can't grow.
Hold on, y'all.
You can't grow.
Hold it. I got to cut them two off. I got a new call. I got to calm down. It's getting out of hand now. I got a new call. I don't know. New caller, where are you calling from? 9953. Who are you? 9953.
I'm calling from Munster, Indiana, but I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
And she is one of those callers are absolutely right. 90% of what she's saying is correct. The black woman is the problem. We pacify these men. We gave these black boys not to respect.
Hold on, sister. Let the new caller talk.
We always take it. Can I?
Let the new caller talk. Go ahead, new caller. Go ahead.
And they're seeing us, and we take the boys' side. We see them disrespecting teachers and disrespecting girlfriends and all this, and we pacify them. And we want to always jump our son's side. What she's saying is absolutely right. 90% of the problem with the black men is the women. The black boys, it's the women. I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised in the ghetto. I'm seeing what I'm seeing on all sides. He's not just on here talking. Her delivery is a little fucked up, but at the same time, she's 100% correct. And sometimes everything that you believe is not what's really going on. Understand, right? It's okay to disagree.
There's different strokes for different
black women.
Hold on, sister.
It's different strokes.
I'm not saying 100%. Can I talk?
No, let her talk. Right. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Don't
okay,
you
Tiffany. Tiffany, one mic,
I'm,
Tiffany.
Look,
Go ahead.
Proof. I'm not on.
Okay, I'm sorry, Martin. I'm sorry, Martin.
Go ahead, new caller. Go ahead, new caller.
Okay. My mother and father is black. I come from a black community. I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised. The black women are the problem. We always, I'm independent woman. I do this, I do that. No, you don't. You don't do everything on your own, just like Martin was saying earlier. And the fact that you even think that you do everything on your own, that's terrible. Because I'm a black woman, I don't want to do it. I'm married, and I don't want to do everything on my own. Because if I'm a black independent woman and I got 3 kids and I'm going to work full time, who's there with my kids majority of the time? Social media? What's going on at home where I'm trying to be independent versus I can have a man in the house and he can be helping me and he can work the night shift, I can work a day shift, and then we can be there for our kids. Because most independent women, their kids are left alone a lot, and that's when the guns and the drugs and everything else come into play.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Are black women's biggest problem. Trust me when I tell you. Believe it or not. And I'm not saying this 1 or 2%. Majority of our problem is with the black woman. We treat the men like shit. And I understand they cheat, they do whatever they gonna do, but we treat our black men like shit, and then when they run, we get upset. I'm not saying 100%, I'm saying majority from what I'm seeing. And that's a fact. And if this lady on here, she's telling you something you don't want to hear, so don't get upset. Just understand the same way you want her to understand what you're saying. She wants you to understand what she's saying. And I understand what you're saying, and I understand what she's saying. Don't get upset.
A new caller.
Don't
I need
get
you to
upset.
hold up.
Just understand that.
Hold it, new caller. Tiffany, I'm gonna tell you where you went wrong at, Tiffany.
Yes.
You kept calling the women
I love her.
bees, the B word. You know, you shouldn't have
But
used
the man have
okay.
taught me. You're right, and I apologize.
But yeah, you shouldn't
And I
have.
apologize. That's how mad the men get.
Okay, I know,
apologize,
but
man,
I'm just
Martin,
saying.
I'm very sorry.
I'm
very sorry.
Right. Okay, because I should have stopped you. I kept.
We
you
got to get past that part.
Okay, but I'm okay. That's why I wanted to say
Martin,
that.
Sincerely,
Okay. All
very
right.
much sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead, new caller.
Can I tell y'all a story about? Can I tell you a story about? Can I tell y'all a story about my son and the black woman?
New caller, I'm crazy
we
about
talking,
no homo.
Brother, I'm gonna let you say it, but I want to continue to hear from the new caller, the lady. Are you done talking, new caller?
Okay, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
New caller, are you done talking?
Hello?
Are you done talking?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done, Martin. I just want to say that I love people, and I just want us to come together as a race. But as long as we deny what's going on, we're not going to ever become anything, or we're not going to ever overcome whatever it is that we're going through. We're not.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, brother. Tell us the story. Come on, brother.
Okay, this is all I want to say, and I like the sister that's talking about she ain't trying to hear no statistics and all that about what's going on in the community. You right too, but let me tell you this: I have a son who is now 14 years old. I came into my son's life when he was 11. Didn't know where he was at. His mother finally let me be in his life. I couldn't find him. I finally got to be in his life because I pushed the issue. I'm not a bad father. I don't beat my kids. I didn't cheat on her. We did our thing. She became pregnant. We wasn't in a relationship, but I still love my baby. But long story short, she let me be in my son's life. Now, this girl did everything she could to make sure that I knew everything she done did for my son up to the age of till he was 11 years old before I got his life. Which I understand that. You've been in his life. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. You're supposed to take care of him. But at the same time, I'm in his life. Let me take care of him. Let me take on another 11 years. You did 11, let me do 11. If we can't co-parent, then that's just what it is. Long story short, I brought her, she let him stay with me. Now, this is age 13. He stayed with me. The boy ain't been in school since the 4th grade.
Dang.
Mind you, he's 13 years old. I get him to live with me. She ain't had him in school. I'm private. I don't like people knowing my business. You ain't did nothing for him all these years. It's just me. Okay, but I got him in school. It was so hard. It was the hardest thing getting this boy, a 13-year-old boy. Now, mind you, he ain't been to school since the 4th grade, so you think he in his right grade? No. But 13 years old, you know what grade he's in? The 6th grade. In Amarillo Independent School District they begged and fought for my son to get in the 6th grade because he's big, he's a big boy, and he's just tower. There's no way he could be a 5th grader, but they allowed him to be a 6th grader. Now this boy trying to adapt to school, not knowing how to write his name correctly, not even knowing cursive. Now mind you, I have a 12-year-old daughter here too, and a 6-year-old. They've been going to school every day. You know how hard it is to have a straight A student in your house and a son, and then you put them together, and it's like miracle. It's like he's learning, he's progressing, he's learning from my other daughter. He's learning from her more than he's learning from the teacher. Even though the teachers did everything they could, staying with him for tutoring, this woman came and seen how good my son was progressing. She couldn't stand it. You know what she did? She took my son while I was at work. I was at work. My wife was at home. My son does have a phone. My son does have a phone. And I never stopped him from communicating with his mother. I can't stand him that. She manipulated my son some type of way. I want to think, because I don't know the conversation. He might have just wanted to leave. He might have said, well, I don't like school. I don't want to be at school. I want to be out there doing what everybody else out there doing, smoking weed, whatever you want to do as 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid does. He might not want to be in school, but anyway, his mom came and got him. I haven't seen this woman. She's in jail. Her being incarcerated because she did some things. And
well, where's your son at? Where's your son at? Where's your son?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'll get to. The court system, now these white people who quick to put you on child support, but they won't push the issue for her, making her tell me where my child is at. They can't make her tell me where my son is.
You got to get you a lawyer, brother. You got to get you a lawyer. You got to get you a lawyer. Yeah, you got to get you a lawyer.
That's in the process right now. That's my point. I don't know if he's alive. Now, if a woman can have that much, a black woman, well, we talk about black women now. If a black woman can have that much fight against somebody that wasn't even a relationship with, never no love, it was just intercourse. You have that much fight towards me to see that your own son was progressing and take that son and just, he's vanished. Yeah, vanished in there. He's dead. He's headed to the penitentiary and she's okay with that. He's not in school because AISD would know that he's in school. I call, I check. Have y'all heard anything? Is he in school? Is there anybody enrolled in? Yeah, the principal calling me. CPS can't get involved.
Right.
Where the CPS lady? CPS can't do nothing.
Okay. Well,
CPS can't do nothing. Only thing that can happen is this black woman, tell the father who loves his son where his son is at.
Well,
take initiative to say,
get your lawyer, brother. Get your lawyer. Well, I'm going to leave it right there. Get your lawyer. You got to get your lawyer, brother. Get your lawyer. Listen, again, I want to say something. I mean, I want to apologize for all the swearing and stuff like that. I should have stopped a lot of it, but you know this live uncut on that. But y'all know I don't use swearing words. So I want to apologize for everybody that's been swearing on here. And I know we get a little emotional and things like that. And we're trying to figure this out. And like the dear sister said, she's not online now. We might not see a real change might not see it in our lifetime. We might and we might not. You just never know. But I want to thank you guys for y'all opinion, your comments, everybody, both the males, females. I appreciate you guys. It was heated, and I was on here a little longer than I thought I would be on this, 2 hours and 41 minutes. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Got to get up early in the morning too. Got to be somewhere before 7:30, but it is what it is. I make a sacrifice for truth, and I thank y'all so much. Maybe we'll continue the conversation. Maybe tomorrow. You just never know how things play out. But I enjoyed the conversation. And one thing about me, black women and black men, if something is the truth, I'm going to agree with it, regardless. I don't care how y'all think, but if it's the truth, I got to go with it. You know, I got to go with it, even if it hurt, because the truth hurts all of us. I tell you, the butt-naked truth will undress a dressed-up lie, period. So we got to learn how to accept the truth. And we gotta see what reality is. And we know that every stat that come out, you got to give it a margin of error. It could be a little bit off. It could be wrong, whatever. It could be made up. It could be. Don't know. But I'll say this, though. That's not everybody's reality. You know, every black woman is not running to the abortion clinic. Every black woman is not reading to her son and daughter, and not the problem. I'll say that. But I understand it. I didn't really want to get on here into that gender war, black man, black woman, but we do have our problems. Every race have their problems when it comes to that anyway. But we can learn to do better. We have to accept truth when it comes to us, and we have to work it out. Trust me, it's so much trauma and self-hate that we have on the connection. It seems like we only have is sex. Everything is so sexualized. We really don't get to know each other.
That's all we get.
I'm telling you, I got a baby out there like out of lust. I'm being honest with you. Didn't even really know the woman. You know, I'm just being honest. Didn't even know. I love my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even really know her. And you know, and we told our daughter. We told her what it was. We didn't lie. We didn't hide it. It's just, it is what it is. You know, you got to tell the truth and shame them. And some of you mothers out there, you know, you're not being honest with your children. You telling your children that the father's deadbeat, but you won't tell them that you didn't allow the baby daddy to see them children. You won't tell the truth. You pin that baby on another man and you know it's not that man's baby. Trust me, women, I got to tell the truth. I know how y'all get down. I've been done like that. Been lied on. This your baby. Now, when the test come around, it's not my baby. Now, you know it all the time. We got to stop playing games like that with people's lives, though. If a man don't want to be with you, you can't make him. And vice versa. Man, if a woman don't want to be with you, you can't make her. Yes, it hurts. We all want to be loved. We all want what we want. But sometimes we can't get what we want. Okay? Thank y'all for tuning in. And I can't say good night. I can only say good morning. Pleasant morning. But I want to thank all my wonderful guests. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank my brother. Thank you, guys. It's all about truth, and this is where we tell the truth. Good night.
Tell the truth.
And what?
And shame the devil.
This is what?
I love
Thank
being
you.
black.
You're welcome.
You already know what it is. Uncut.
Thank you, Tiff.
Unedited.
Thank you, guys. Peace out.
You already know what
Thank
it
you,
is.
Ron.
All right.
Love you to death, Martin.
Likewise, sister.
You're a
Likewise.
superhero, Martin.
You know I do. You know I do.